Well, I don't know if you can believe it, chat, but we're actually fucking on time for now. We're actually on time. For once in our fucking lives, we're on time for a Liquored Up and Live. And you know him, you love him. It's the great Cesar from Cesarcade, who is part and parcel of this momentous and historical occasion. It's not too often that we're on time, and it's not too often that the audio actually fucking works and you can hear me. So, Cesar, let's see if we can't make this a record and one for the ages. Go ahead and talk. I can see you fine on the camera. So, if you can talk and if they can hear you, I think that makes this a historical moment at this point. Go ahead, Cesar. Nope, and there it is. I can't hear you.
I got you. I'm joking. I'm
You
joking.
did
I
it!
was
You
lip
did it!
syncing.
Okay, I'm gonna have to start falling for that shit because Bash did that same shit to me.
I was like, somebody did it before. I had to get you this time. I'm sorry.
No, that's fantastic, and not to mention, like, here's the thing also that just happened. So we're not quite without hiccups. I forgot to share the shareable link, so we got to get that in here. I that's how unused to being on fucking time I am. So let me go ahead and get that shared, and we're just gonna throw that out there, and we're gonna say we are live. And now people will actually know we're fucking live. So that's the thing. There's always something. It's always something. So all right.
It's funny.
Well, that's out there. So I guess no need for introductions. This is your third rodeo. So tell me what you've been into and what you've been up to, man.
Well, Zoo, not much, man. I mean, a lot of things going on behind the scenes with the C's Arcade, and as you know from what Rad Bash told you with the Super Retro Force, now that I've joined the team, I've got like a new lease on this whole YouTube thing, man. The motivation is kicking. I just filmed 3 different things right before this video.
Damn.
Two collab videos that I had to collab parts for collaborations with other YouTubers.
Right.
One for Infernal Fox Gaming, and then another one for Rad Bash. And I just filmed another video with a GameStop pickup that I did through the mail, which is always a crapshoot. So, man, I'm motivated, man. I got so much in the pipeline, and I'm excited.
So you're basically at the opposite end of where I'm at because right now, ever since I got my PC took a shit on me, I'm not going to call it a slump. I wouldn't call it a content slump because it's not that I'm in a content slump and I don't want to make content. It's just that
Right.
the first thing I had to do is rebuild my Morrowind game from scratch. That's the first thing I had
Yeah.
to do because none of
Oh
it was
God.
working correctly. And so it's better than ever now. And so now that I finally have that existential fucking crisis, like I'm in an existential crisis if I can't log on and play a game of Tamriel rebuilt, modded vanilla plus Morrowind. Like my whole my whole existence is like jarred and thrown astray. So that had to happen, right?
Mm-hmm.
But now that that's done, I am going to end up getting back to content myself. But I got to tell you, I think you're going to be doing good stuff. Your setup looks sexy as hell, man. Like that setup back there. You even got the little guy from Mr. Gimmick. I see him, like the Mr. Gimmick guy.
Yeah, that little bastard up there. That
Yeah,
game kicked my ass, bro.
yeah. You've also got the adversary up there. So yeah, I see you up there, Donkey. I see you. The Mario Kart adversary. Yeah, there he is. There he is, fucking cheesing me. Yeah, fuck you, Donkey. Just in,
I used to hate that son of a bitch in Mario Kart 64.
dude. Yeah, for me, it's Mario Kart 8. That guy is like a mortal enemy. That guy is always fucking my day up every time on Mario Kart.
And then the sounds he made in Mario Kart 64 just drove me insane as a kid. I was just like, "Shut up, you stupid monkey!"
Oh yeah, no, that yeah, Donkey's a problem in the card games for sure. I think I'm glad we agree on that. Now,
Always.
now one thing I want to go ahead and talk a little bit about, and I kind of touched on this at the end of my Morrowind stream I did like an hour ago. Oh yeah, good, Caesar. I'm so glad you're. So yeah, before we get going,
Round 3, baby.
yep, round 3, and tell everybody what you're drinking, then I'll tell everybody what the fuck I'm drinking.
Well, it's no surprise if you saw the last Liquid Up and Live, then it's the same thing that I had back then because I haven't opened them since. They were in the fridge. fermenting and marinated in there. They kind of have that like nail polish remover taste to them, but they still burn on the way down. So I'm
That's
still
it.
going with it.
I'm doing El Dorado. Mine burns slightly less, but it's very delicious, and I can't resist. It's El Dorado 15-year rum aged from Guyana. Is what I'm sipping on, and it
Let's
is
see.
absolutely wonderful. If it's not powering my special jambalaya, then it is always going down my gullet. But adding a little bit of that rum to a jambalaya gives it one hell of a festive flavor.
When are you going to send me that recipe?
I keep forgetting to do that. Damn it. Yeah, I will do it. DM me after this stream if you're not too drunk to remember, and I will make sure I get that in response. Yeah,
I've
basically,
never had jambalaya before, so I
you've never
want to try
okay.
this one.
So here's the basics of it. It's actually fairly easy. I'll just explain it now, and then as a reminder, I'll send you the actual recipe. So you need a
Mhm.
big wok or some shit, like a wok or a cooking pot, right?
Yeah.
Depending on how much you want to make. And what you want to do is the base for the jambalaya is going to be three things, okay?
Hmm.
A good quality shrimp,
Okay.
some chicken.
Mm.
I like chicken thigh, but a lot of folks will use the chicken breast.
Yeah, I'm
And
a chicken breast kind of guy.
yeah, so you want to do chicken breast, and then andouille sausage. That's the important part. If you can't find a Bruxelles or a Zatarain's andouille sausage, you can get a sausage that's in every grocery store called Johnsonville New Orleans style sausage. That's
Okay.
basically that's andouille basically. So
Mm.
you're gonna chop all that up. You're gonna peel and devein your shrimp. You're gonna chop up your chicken. You're gonna chop up your andouille sausage, right?
Hmm.
You're gonna throw that in the fucking pot. You're gonna brown it all. Once that's browned, and once you start to have not burnt, but you start to have that brown Maynard effect on your food, so you'll get that nice browning, that crisping and browning of all the meat.
Right.
The next thing you're gonna do is you're going to add in your onions and your green pepper. Okay. So you're
Okay.
going to throw your onions in, chop your onions, chop your green pepper, throw that in
Hmm.
there. Let those juices kind of deglaze the pan because that's what'll happen. Let it cook further. You're going to, once it cooks further and you start to get that brown Maynard reaction again, you're going to deglaze the pan again. But this time you're going to deglaze it with the highest quality dark rum you can find, combined with a little touch of malt vinegar. Deglaze the pan again. All those
Won't
flavors
be
stirring
better.
together. Next thing you're going to do, you're going to cook it down again. And just as you think you're about to burn the shit, you're going to add in the following. You're going to add in at least one can for every pound and a half of meat mixture, the 28-ounce can of stewed tomatoes with and it's specifically the one with celery, onion, and bell pepper. So it just adds that a little bit of flavor. You're going to throw that in there. You're going to throw in, you're going to squeeze in some molasses or spoon in molasses to taste for your sweetness to balance out that malt vinegar.
Hmm.
And about a half a fucking bottle of Louisiana or Crystal hot sauce, whatever you prefer. You're gonna bring
Damn.
you're gonna bring all that to a low boil, and
Hmm.
then on the side you're gonna be cooking rice to taste as much rice as you want. Usually I do 3 cups of rice for every pound and a half or so of meat, but it's an art. You're going to bring that to a boil, and once it's brought to a boil, you're going to reduce the heat. You're going to throw your rice in. You're going to stir it, and then you're going to cook it on low until that rice begins to absorb the juice to your taste.
Yeah.
Some people like it a little more soupy. Some people like a drier jambalaya where that rice almost is big and fat and absorbs all those wonderful flavors of that
That
sauce.
sounds about. Yeah, it sounds like
And then
my kind of
the
thing.
last thing you're going to do is you're going to take, I like real crab meat, but you can use imitation crab meat.
Okay.
And what you want to do is you want to either squeeze up the imitation crab meat,
Hmm.
uh, 1 to 3 packs, depending on how much you made, and you're going to squeeze that and flake that out in the packs. And once it's flaky, you're going to throw that in the mixture and you're going to mix it in at the very end of cooking. You're going to let it cook about another 5 minutes, and then you serve.
Damn, that's a complicated arrangement of
I'll
like.
send you the recipe. It
Oh,
sounds more complicated than it is, but oh, dude, award-winning, literally award-winning jambalaya mixture.
sounds so good. I've
Like,
never had jambalaya. I know there's like a Jamaican place down the road, um, like small Jamaican place.
yeah,
But
that's
I've
where
never
you.
been to it before.
Well, that's gonna be yeah. Jamaican is more like jerk chicken, things of that nature. You would need a Creole or Cajun
Creole, right?
restaurant is jambalaya. Um, but you can get some real good
Mm,
jerk chicken if you got a good Jamaican place. Like fucking savor that. Um, if you've never had authentic jerk, it's very hard to replicate here in the States because of the way basically they use pimento bark when they grill the meat and it yields a
mm,
very distinctive flavor. But and pimento bark's really not available here widely. It's basically something you see in the Caribbean.
right.
But if you take,
Hungry now.
I believe it's bay leaf and
Hmm.
allspice berries, and if you smoke those along with, I'm wanting to say like an oak wood,
Yeah.
that'll get you close. If you smoke it with the allspice berries and the bay leaves thrown in, that'll get you close to that jerk flavoring for that smoky jerk flavoring.
That sounds amazing.
And of course, Scotch bonnet peppers. You got to have the Scotch bonnets. But yeah, so this is liquored up live. But I promise gaming, we're talking cooking because we talk about whatever the fuck we want on here. So
Cheers.
cheers to that. Yeah. So and again, the reason that got started is the rum. Like, yeah, it's the same rum that's sitting here powers my award winning jambalaya. So so
I'm hungry now.
so aside from the content creation, because that's where I was, I got off on a tangent. But so with my content creation, I'm not really facing a slump, but I am facing the mortality of the channel. And the reason I say that is I've reached Dunbar's number. I'm over 150 now. And so I want to make a little bit of an announcement on what that means moving forward for the channel. Okay. So realistically, guys, the channel's done. Okay. So once I reached 150, I said that was going to be the case. And so this will probably be the last liquored up I do. We're going to probably delete the channel after this, scrub it, and then I'll probably just vanish and disappear from the internet for a little while. So,
Bullshit. I'm gonna find you, hunt you down. You ain't going anywhere, Zoo. You're staying.
so,
Oh.
so you're right. I'm fucking with everybody. I promised you. I promised a few people actually that I
It
would
ain't
stick.
April Fool's yet, man. Don't do that to me.
I'm gonna stick around. So what I think I'm gonna do though is for my own comfort because again I take very seriously the parasocial aspect as somebody who has an expertise in cognitive science. I really take that seriously. I really take the parasocial thing seriously, and I know what a problem that can be. I really take it seriously the amount of social clout that begins to build as a channel gets bigger and bigger. I'm not saying I'm there yet because I'm not, but I want to make sure it doesn't happen. So I'm right, basically, Caesar, I'm right where I'm comfortable at this point. Right here in the 150s or so, like right down here in the fucking mud. I love it. It's beautiful. So moving forward, what I want to do with the channel basically is I am going to basically stop sharing when I go live. Okay. So that means that you either catch it if you're sub to me, you'll catch it. If you want to watch it, you'll catch it on YouTube. But I'm not going to broadcast it in any places like Discord or Twitter. I'm just going to go live or I'm just going to put the video out. And we're going to see how it does without necessarily sharing. Now I can't help what other people do. If other people want to share the shit, can't stop them, and that's up
Right.
to them. But I personally, you'll never know basically that I'm going live based on following me on my socials, essentially. And I kind of want to see an experiment with that and see how that does, and see
Hmm.
if I can't at least begin to kind of slow roll the channel a little bit. I'll still put out the content when I want to put it out, what I want to put out. Still put it out. I still got reviews to do. We'll still do Liquored Up Lives. I think Liquored Up Lives will be the exception to this just because that's less about me and more about other folks I'm talking to. So I think I'll still share that for them. But in general, my content is going to be a little bit more hard to tamp down, and that's how I like it. So, what are your thoughts, Caesar?
Sounds good, Zoo. I'm
That's
sorry. Like I'm getting dizzy already.
oh, you're gonna have to slow down, man, because I don't even know if I've got the buzz all the way going yet. But
Much today, just a few frozen Pop Tarts and
oh shit, do you have anything to eat?
and some cornbread earlier in the day after I did my taxes from Wawa. So
Oh shit, doing the taxes. Oh God, I
yeah, that was
forgot it's
fun.
about that time of year. I got a tax guy, but like I always kind of dread hearing what I'm going to have to pay. Hopefully, you did better than I'm going to do this year.
Same as last year, it
Okay.
seems.
Yeah, a lot of people say that, so we'll have to see. Well, I hope I did better than last year. Um, usually there's some things you can do to uh to kind of blunt that impact, but yeah, last year I got fucked, man. So that
Well,
basically that's
yeah.
basically what it's going to be. Is yeah, just while you guys are expanding, I'm going to try to kind of slow down a little bit. Is basically how I want to do this. And so
I'm sorry, Zoo. I me a question.
yeah,
Give you a proper answer. Surge X, my boy, fellow Super Retro Force member, has texted me and he's like, dude, Zoo just poured out his heart about his channel. You haven't, like, you told him you were dizzy. What I meant to say was, interested in seeing how you handle it forward without sharing your content. But like you said, you can't stop what other people are going to do,
nope,
especially if you do a liquor up and live. So, like I just did before we went live, 20 minutes before we went live, I retweeted it again and I shared it and I said, yo, we're going live in 20 minutes. Join us.
yeah,
Get wasted
yeah,
with us.
yeah, and absolutely, and again, I can't stop that, and wouldn't want to stop that. That's because what that is that's genuine. That's not me pushing something at that point. That is somebody who wants to share something genuinely, and that's on
And you know,
anybody who wants to do that.
and you know who liked it?
Oh, oh, you still there?
Said OJ like the post where we tweeted our
Oh,
liquor up
OJ,
and
yeah,
live. Yeah, so
OJ's been a hell of a mentor for me, man. OJ's been OJ's been awesome. Um, yeah, there's Jay and there's OJ. Those are kind of the that's kind of my two kind of like stars that I follow on this thing as far as how I like to behave socially. They're both awesome guys. So yeah, Cold Nights Gaming, check them out. Player
the
Essence,
man,
check them out.
awesome.
100% amazing humans, and also everybody associated with this Super Retro Force, pretty cool, amazing people. So tell us a little bit about that. I guess that'd be a good place to start now that we've had this long ass this rambling intro that of course is just natural for a liquored up live. So how did you get associated with this lovable band of fucking amazing bastards?
Well, the cool thing was is that Bash had approached me,
Okay.
and he just messaged me straight up. He's like, "Listen, I have this idea. If you're interested, cool, let's do it. If you're not, no worries. You're not obligated to join because we were already pals already before.
Right.
I was in a few collabs with him before, and he's been an awesome dude, and I have no complaints there. I once he sent me the idea behind it, I was like, dude, that sounds fucking awesome. Like I've never been really a part of any group on YouTube, um, but the whole idea behind the idea of the Super Retro Force, where we're uplifting each other, we're sharing each other's content. We're a team. It's not like every man for himself, basically, which is what most of us were doing already. Um, and it's like what quote that CM Punk said in the interview: "If you want to go fast, you go alone, but if you want to go far, you go together." And I feel that channel growth, there's only so much you can do as a gaming channel, considering the Red Sea of how many people are talking about video games
Oh
in
yeah,
general
man.
on YouTube.
A lot of blood in the water.
It's it's vast. It's there's too much. Basically, nothing's original anymore. I knew this when I started talking about video games again, that I was nothing special. I wasn't going to get the growth that I maybe think I wanted, but I was like, let me see if I can do this again. And that's why I challenged myself. I started the Cesar Arcade because I wanted to talk about video games. That was always my passion originally when I started YouTube. So yeah, I started it on my own, but when asked me to be a part of this group, I was like, this is something special and I want to see this grow. This is not something that, it's like, oh, we'll support it for maybe a month or so and then move on from and forget about. We want this to grow. We want this to be something special. We want people to look forward to our content. And that's the best, like that I can ever hope for. And like I said, strength in numbers. And we
Oh,
got a great
100%.
team with us.
Yeah, you
And
got
I'm
some.
super
Yeah,
excited.
I got to meet some of those folks when me and Rad Bash and everything. A lot of y'all were in the chat, and yeah, it seems like a good tight bunch of people, which is good. And again, human beings are social creatures. Contrary, it's always fascinating for a strange internet ghost like myself to look out on y'all, all you humans, because yeah, you're definitely pack creatures for sure. Like 100%.
When I started talking about video games on YouTube, in the back of my head, I always was like, I don't want to do this alone. It's lonely out there on YouTube. You know what I mean? When you're talking about video games, you can be talking to a wall basically, and nobody's gonna watch your shit. You know what I mean? It's hard to stand out in the pack, especially considering, like I said before, the red ocean. So many people talking about the same thing. Nothing's original anymore. But to be able to stand out and do that and have even a small following is enough for me. So when I started this again, my boy Surgeman X, who's also a part of the Super Retro Force, known him for pretty much all my YouTube life since back in 2009, 2010. Dude was my best man at my wedding. I
Oh
asked him,
man,
listen,
okay.
I asked him, I said, bro, be a part of this because I'm gonna start it. I'm gonna do it. And he was like, sure, man, I'm interested. So there was like, yo, I got my brother with me, you know what I mean? And in a pack of new brothers that are joining me. And I'm super excited about it. So it's
Got a
like I
got a
said before,
got a wolf pack going.
yeah, wolf pack for life.
Got a wolf pack going. First it was
WO
just
wolf
me in the
pack
pack, and then there was somebody else in the pack. All right, forget that speech Alan gave on the roof. It was fucking great.
wrestling, right? WCW, NWO wolf pack. Look, I'm rocking the red and the black right now. So
Dude, wrestling has suddenly got my interest again, and I'm not sure when it happened.
hmm
I know Joanna Wahi mentioned he's like, start tuning in again, right?
hmm
And this has been like about halfway through the whole bloodline thing.
right, right.
And I'm sitting here watching wrestling now, and this is not something I've given a shit about for years, man. But I got to tell you, like when week after week, the WWF or WW, not WWE now, WWE is putting on like the greatest fucking mafioso story I've ever seen in my life with this bloodline shit. And now it's coming to a head, like with The Rock coming back and shit. Like, holy shit. And The Rock is really selling it, talking about, oh, yeah, yeah, that stupid look on your face like I ran over your goofy ass dog. What the fuck?
A heel rock is the best rock.
Heel Rock has
Back
always been the
then,
best rock. That's what I remember too, man. And so
my
I guess
favorite rock was Rock back in 2003. When he
yeah.
was feuding with like Goldberg, the Hurricane, Stone Cold, WrestleMania 19. That was like pure Rock. And he's kind of like shadowing that now. Granted, he's older.
Right.
Doesn't quite capture the same uh, feeling, but he's still the Rock. You know what I mean? And him as a heel, I always felt was more entertaining as him as a face.
Oh,
So,
he's still got it. He's still got the magic, man. It's so
oh
funny
yeah,
to watch. Hey, you got Red Bash and Upper Nimbus are in here. Surge Mags. All righty, people
there
starting
we
to
go.
pile in. So yeah, but I got to tell you, I'm very very interested to see for the first time in years. I'm interested to see a WrestleMania event. So I'll probably be tuning into that. Actually, it's been years since I've given a shit enough to tune into a WrestleMania live. I'm probably gonna go do it. I'm probably gonna watch it with my brother-in-law and We'll do it that way because he's kind of reignited his interest in it as well. So what have you been playing recently?
Oh man, where is it? I had the
Show me.
case here, and it's gone. Where did it go? Shit, things are getting busy around here right now. Hang
It's
on.
okay. I'm starting to get buzzed myself. I'm buzzing, buddy.
I had the case here. Can't find it. I don't know where I put it. Anyways, I'm getting back into Final Fantasy VII remake.
Okay.
Remake, part one.
Okay.
Rebirth just came out.
Right.
Now, what I did was, oh, there's going to be a PS5 upgrade at some point for remake. I'm going to wait on that. So I got maybe like 2-3 hours into the remake on the PS4, and I was like, I'm just going to wait. I'm going to get a PS5 eventually, and then I'm going to continue it there. All the hype behind Rebirth, everything I'm hearing about it, I'm like, I got to go back and experience this now. I had to wait and see how they were going to approach the second part.
Uh-huh.
And from what I've heard, everybody's happy with it. And I'm like, I'm going in balls deep.
Fuck yeah.
Cujo.
So
So,
my experience with Final Fantasy VII kind of stops and starts at the original on the Switch. And here's my concern with Rebirth, right? So when you look at Final Fantasy VII, I played it all the way up until I was at like the Temple of the Ancients, and then I stopped. And it's not because it's a bad game, but it just sort of outside of the Golden Saucer, it just sort of stopped holding my interest after I got out of Midgar. Okay. And the reason for that is Midgar was such a fascinating, cool location for a game. Uh, it's the most memorable part of that game. And I feel like once you get out into the main world, for the most part, outside of like the Golden Saucer again, it
mhm.
just feels like it could be any other Final Fantasy game. You get what I'm saying?
I totally understand what you're saying. I remember back when I first played the original Final Fantasy VII. And listen, I'm not a Final Fantasy aficionado. I have most of them.
Right.
Only played and finished the original Final Fantasy VII.
Okay.
I played it back in college, so I was a late comer to it. I ended up trading with a college classmate, so Metal Gear 3 Subsistence,
Okay.
and he traded me his copy of Final Fantasy VII for the PS1. So I played through it, and I was like, you know what? I can see why this game is so well renowned, why it's legendary for a lot of people. You know, it tugged at my heartstrings, especially people who've played the original. They know what I'm talking about. So I understand Midgar is definitely a place you don't spend a lot of time in it in the original,
Right.
but I feel that they remedied that in the remake because the whole first part of remake, the whole thing of remake, you're in Midgar.
It's 40 hours of Midgar, and I guess that's my concern, brother. Is like okay on Final Fantasy VII remake, they're giving me everything I want, which is Midgar. And then
Mm-hmm.
in Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, it seems to me like now I've got to play 40 hours of another game, but it's mostly stuff I didn't give a shit about. Because I'm
Mm-hmm.
remembering that arc with like it start with that arc is like calm, and then you go through the cave, and then you go to Nibelheim or
Right.
whatever. Then you go through like outside of the Golden Saucer, I can't even remember anything about that second arc, and that's probably why I
Honestly,
ended up drifting off.
it's same here. Honestly, I only remember like the pivotal moments,
Yeah, it's the Golden Saucer.
and
Like, yeah,
yeah, right. Golden Saucer. And yeah, I do. You know, I remember the main story points, but I don't remember the location so much.
yeah. I remember you fight
So
Genova a few times.
right, yeah.
Yeah, there's a fight with Barrett's buddy or some shit. Um, like, yeah, I remember a little bit of it. You kind of explore Barrett's past and why he feels the way he feels. So I remember some of the story beats, but it's real fucking hazy. I didn't even make it. I didn't even make it to old girl getting fucking murked. Didn't even make it there. And it's not a spoiler. I know what fucking happens. I fucking know it happens. Like, no,
Oh man.
it's been 30 fucking years, guys. I wasn't gonna avoid that spoiler. And so maybe that's it too. Is like, not that I'm even there yet, but it's just not going to have the impact because I didn't see it when it happened. That was a pivotal moment for a lot of people. I think is that particular moment right there.
Well, when I originally played it, I had already known about that
Mm-hmm. Now,
moment.
How does it hit if you already know about it?
It still fucking hit.
It still hits. Okay. Okay.
It still hits.
That's good. That's
And
good because I mean the game kind of relies on it.
right, exactly. So it kept me going because I wanted to see it through the end. I got to the end and I was like, all right, I get it. It's a fantastic original game. It's aged probably not as well as some of the others, especially the later ones in the series. But I feel like the Switch version is a good medium because you got like the fast forwarding. I think um, eh, you could save pretty much anywhere. I think
Right.
in the Switch version. So I would power through it if you're only like
I have to. I'm reviewing every Switch game, and again, it's not going to get a bad rating by any means. But I don't know. I find Crossbell to be so much more interesting, I guess, because that's the game I immediately picked up afterwards. Just because of what I'm seeing with Crossbell, and part of it is I can't really think of a lot to say about Final Fantasy VII. You know how my reviews are. I don't like that you mentioned,
mhm,
how Red Ocean it is, and that's part of it. But the other part is if like I'm not so arrogant as to think I can make the same video everybody else is fucking making. So if I can't add something new to the discussion, I just keep my fucking mouth shut. I don't even do a review. And
right.
I guess I just need to think a little bit harder about what I want to say about Final Fantasy VII. Like, I wish I could be as fucking big brained as, like, say, Professor Noctis, and he's like putting together like Final Fantasy VII and Kabbalah, like in Jewish mysticism, and like
Mhm.
some of the parallels between the two because that is fucking fascinating. But now he fucking thought of it, so I can't go there.
Yeah.
With Crossbell, I've already got my angle, which is basically looking at this. It's like, holy shit, this is the country of Portugal. Crossbell Nation is the nation of Portugal during World War II. That's what it is. It's the
Now, Crossbell, you're talking about the Trail series, right?
Trails, and this is Trails from Zero in particular.
Okay, did you play the original Trails of the Sky trilogy?
No, it's not on Switch, so I didn't get a chance to play that.
Okay, so you're like me then. You're like,
I
for me,
jumped in. I jumped in right in the middle, right in the fucking middle.
have the PSP digital version, which
Right.
is, I know how I feel about physical
Me too.
versus digital. I have it on the PSP. I love the PSP, but I tried playing it and I'm like, I fell asleep. Granted, I didn't get very far, but if those games get Switch, the trilogy of Trails of the Sky
I'm
gets a
there.
Switch
I'm
version,
absolutely there.
I'm there and I'm there all the way. I'll play through all of them. I have Trails of Cold Steel 1, 2, and 3. I have the first two on PS3 and I have part 3 on the Switch.
Yeah, that's in Arabonia. I think that takes place. You're like students in Arabonia.
I wouldn't know. I didn't play them.
Yeah,
All I know,
yeah. Again,
Emily,
maybe
Brandon,
in a yeah. The fucking trail squire, and that's what got me too, man. Like
yeah, they were getting me too, and I was like, damn, I want to be a part of this conversation, man.
the trails guys on the internet. Yeah,
Yeah, but it was a losing battle because they kept releasing more. Like Nayuta, they released the Trails from Zero, Trails from Azura, and I'm like, I'm never gonna freaking catch up to these guys. So I was just like, you know what? I got other games to play behind me right now. I'm gonna focus on those.
well, in terms of
So
long-term games, the problem they all fucking have is none of them are Morrowind. They're just not. They're just
you
not.
damn you and your Morrowind. So,
Dude, it's so good, especially this new setup I got. It's so I've never seen I can't believe that you can make a 20-year-old game look this fucking good. It looks better than Skyrim. I
where's the
kid you
four, baby?
from the distances, it's fucking gorgeous. Um
I had the Xbox One version of Skyrim
mhm.
for the mods because the Xbox One version allows like certain mods,
Yeah,
which is where I discovered
only 5 gigabytes though, sadly.
like Forgotten City. Oh my god! And then we talked about that before,
Yes. Oh,
but
amazing.
I had like the best body mod for like the female characters. Sorry to sound shallow, but let's face it, the models in Skyrim they look awful at this point in time. So I had like my girl was all souped up. She looked like Rachel from Ninja Gaiden, and I was like, "This is awesome, man. This is how I want Skyrim to look."
Right.
But
Yeah, no, it
yeah,
can't. Now, to be fair, let me make a caveat. My setup in Morrowind doesn't hold a candle to modded Skyrim.
it
No,
can't.
no, nothing does. Fuck, modded Skyrim looks better than some modern AAA games. I'm not even shitting
It
you.
does, yeah.
But it looks better than vanilla base Skyrim, and the landscapes I would hold up to even the best of Skyrim's modded landscapes, just because of the
Oh
art
wow,
direction. Oh yeah, wait, I just put out in the first hour. You got to check out some of that, man. It's
I'm definitely
gorgeous.
gonna check that out.
It's gorgeous. But and again, that's going to be we're talking probably a let's play series. It's probably going to be 300 fucking episodes long, man. I'm not even kidding. That's going to be a hell of a let's play series. And I'm going
That's
to
more
play.
content for you, though,
I'm going
baby.
to play. I'm going to play once per day until it's done. Whenever I can fit it in, I'm
Damn.
going to play once per day. So if it's some episodes will be a half hour, some episodes will be 3 hours. As time allows, I am going to complete a playthrough of modded Morrowind. That's kind of my new live stream. That's my live stream game moving forward for the foreseeable future, right? So now here's my question to you:
Okay.
Is why? Let's talk about one of the best kept fucking secrets in gaming. At least it is to me, and why nobody fucking told me about this until you came along. Why the fuck didn't anybody tell me that Mortal Kombat Deadly Alliance is so fucking goated and good? Why didn't nobody tell me this before I met you?
Because everybody was under the impression, you know how opinions change over time and how the
Mm-hmm.
younger generation start to skew opinions,
Definitely.
um, especially the ones that matter of the people that actually were there for these releases,
Mm-hmm.
like me. Generation of Mortal Kombat games were fantastic. Still my favorite generation of Mortal Kombat.
I am
Deadly
inclined to agree with you.
Alliance. Getting that trilogy. The thing about Mortal Kombat in particular is that even with the newer games that've been coming out lately, despite their quality, lack of content, WB meddling and everything, they still all follow the same storyline that
Right.
was established back in the original. So, Deadly Lines, Deception, Armageddon. If you played Mortal Kombat 9, which was like a return to form to the classic
Yeah, that's the
2D
quote
style.
unquote return to form. It used to be the one. It's the one everybody likes to suck the new series dick. Even though, and I used to be the same way. Used to be the same fucking way, man. But now that I've played this type of Mortal Kombat, like with the sidestep and shit, what the
Mhm.
fuck did they go back to 2D for? Oh my god, this is the way you do 3D combat.
I feel like they weren't confident enough with their 3D engine,
It was so
but I
good. It was so
it
good.
was so good. I loved how you can switch fighting styles mid
Yes.
combo. Chain all three of your fighting styles together in one single combo, like a 10-hit combo. I used to do it all the time with Sub Zero in Deception. They made it easier in Deception than it was in Deadly Alliance. The timing was a little off. So in Deception, they made it like the timing was a little easier. You know, you input the buttons and your character's doing the moves,
Fucking
so to speak.
combo switching into fucking from Shotokan to Chris Blade, and then following that up with stabbing the motherfucker through the gut and letting him bleed out.
Exactly.
It's butter. It's fucking butter, man. I'm loving
So
every minute of it. Loving every minute of it.
that makes me happy because I always Deadly Alliance. I remember playing with my brother-in-law because he had it at the time. I had fallen off Mortal Kombat. I had like Mortal Kombat Trilogy on the PS1, but the only Mortal Kombat I was really religiously playing was Mortal Kombat 1 on the Super Nintendo, which I just recently got again. Thank God.
Still
The
fun.
Censored one.
Still a lot of fun. Now, you with the
Still a lot
censored
of
one. So
fun.
the censored one on the Genesis, you mean? Because the
No, no,
Genesis,
no, no.
that one was censored. I remember playing that, and there being like no blood, and being like, "What the fuck?" And Dad's like, "Yeah, Mom said you can't have that one."
The Genesis one actually had blood, but you had to input a code, I believe,
Yeah,
to unlock it.
yeah, I later found out. Yeah, and we did that, but yeah,
But the Super Nintendo one was the censored one. That's the one I grew up with originally.
Okay, yeah, same thing. Probably mom and dad said, "Yeah, no, like, yeah, you can play it, but you're not gonna be ripping people's fucking skulls and fucking vertebrae out of their."
My parents didn't give a shit. As soon as my cousins had Mortal Kombat 2, they were like, "Yo, just play it," because that one was uncensored. So when I started playing Mortal Kombat 2, I'm like watching all this blood as like a six, a five. What was it? When did Mortal Kombat 2 come out? How many years ago was
Mortal
that
Kombat.
on
I
Super
remember playing
Nintendo?
Mortal Kombat 2 at my grandmother's house. My grandmother had a Sega Genesis. Same place I played Streets of Rage 2. I never had Streets of Rage 2 for my Sega Genesis, but every time we would go over to grandma's house with my cousins, they had a Sega Genesis with Streets of Rage, Chicky Boys, Mortal Kombat 2, and there were some other games they had. There, Mighty Max. They had the fucking Mighty Max for the Sega Genesis.
Shit, there was a Mighty Max game?
There was. I think it was Sega Genesis. Let me look at it. Mighty Max game was good.
I didn't even freaking know they had a game for Mighty Max. I had one of the Mighty Max toys back
Yeah,
in the
here it is,
days.
buddy. Yeah, here it is, homie. Here, I'm going to
I'd have
share
to
it in
see
the
if
link
it's still
so
affordable.
everybody can see. Because yeah, let me share this here. Yeah,
I
so
don't
this
buy
is,
many Genesis games, but that sounds like one I'd be interested
yeah,
in.
right here in the chat, right here in the Discord screen. I just shared it. Hey, Belmont's in the house. What's going on, Belmont? How's your night been?
Hey,
Then
that's the man with the whip on his hip.
yeah, but just got through playing some fucking Mega Man. We're gonna have to talk Mega Man. I could have a whole
Fuck
fucking
Mega Man.
stream on Mega Man. It's one of my favorite series of all time.
Talk about Mega Man with me for like 5 minutes, and that's all you're gonna get out of me. But before we move to that, Mortal Kombat. We were talking about Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, we're not done
Dude,
with Mortal Kombat. Yeah.
dude, you liking the Deadly Alliance right now? Holy shit! Wait till you get to Deception,
This
bro. The
weekend,
story mode, the conquest mode in that game is so bad, it's good.
I hear it's open world. I think it was you that was telling me that, which as a Morrowind junkie, that makes my fucking day.
It's open world. It's so janky.
And you
The
play
voice
as
acting,
Shujinko.
Shujinko,
Mm-hmm.
Paime, man, you play as the Paime ripoff. He ages throughout this conquest mode.
Okay.
So you see him start off as a young boy, and then by the end, he's an old man. And it's a tale told through deception. It says it in the name. First of all, the intro movie for Deadly Alliance, the intro cinematic where they
Great.
kill Liu Kang, amazing.
Incredible.
Deceptions is one that I go back to and watch time and time and again. Every time I boot that game up, I have to watch the intro because it is fucking amazing. The cinematic, oh my god, the CG, it was beautiful at the time. You're gonna like that one a lot. And hell, it's got chess combat in it too, and puzzle combat.
Puzzle combat and chess combat. What the fuck is chess combat?
Chessboard. You pick your characters. They take the roles of chess pieces, and when you want to take over another chess piece, you basically have to fight it out first.
Oh my god, that's amazing.
Did you not? It is a mode I played probably once and never again because it takes forever. But it's such a cool concept, and I loved that about Midway back then. Also, aka NetherRealm Games nowadays, they were so like willing to experiment with their games. And then Puzzle Combat is basically just Puzzle Fighter,
But Mortal
a
Kombat,
rip off
that's
of that.
amazing.
And like at the end, they perform fatalities on each other, and they're like chibi versions of the character models. So,
Dude.
dude, Deception is the
I
best package.
I don't think
All of
I
them.
don't think I can wait till this weekend. I might have to go game hunting and see if I can find a copy in the wild here instead of just ordering online,
You
man.
tell me. if you can't find the game copy of Mortal
Oh,
Kombat Deception
I'll
over
find it.
there,
I'll find it. Yeah, I'll find it.
and if you don't, I'll fucking find one for you. I swear to God, and I'll send it to you.
Well, yeah,
Because
you've already done enough, man. Fuck, yeah. So we actually was talking to Bash about that. The fucking Zoo Care package you sent me, and
yeah, the Zoo Care package.
dude, that was amazing. So yeah, you actually sent me several Xbox games. So I will tell you that Cesar has single-handedly proven to me the power of that generation of gaming, because you've got Crimson Skies, which is fucking incredible. Like
Amazing game.
Crimson Skies, I'm like fighting this Tesla plane or some shit. It's incredible. I like the story. I like the characters. Um, Bloodwake is fucking surreal. The lore they built into a fucking boat combat game, with like the geopolitics going on in the lore, and dude, it's so good. Like
That's a
that was a
hidden gem
hell
as
of an
far as
era.
I'm concerned. I remember the ads for Bloodwake, and nobody talked about it since then. Really, it was a game that got maybe like of the road reviews, like 7s, 6s out of 10s. And I think that turned off a lot of people back then. Remember games when they came out back then, they were full price. But if you go back to it
Right.
now,
Oh,
you just
sure.
get that game for like $6, $7. My man, that is what you're looking for. That's the type of games that made the original Xbox and that generation in particular so special.
Well, and because of that, like because of you, I'm branching out a little bit, man. Because I went, when I go game hunt, I actually look at the Xbox shelf now, and so like
Oh,
I picked up one called Brute Force, and
oh, that's my game right there. It's
and
over here somewhere. It's in
yeah,
the
and I
B
picked out
section.
another one called it was Riddick, Chronicles of Riddick: Escape from Butcher Bay, or two other ones I came home with recently.
Another fantastic game on the original Xbox. They also did a 360 version, which had like a sequel to it,
Okay.
all in one package.
Oh, nice.
Chronicles of Riddick, Escape from Butcher Bay, and Escape from Dark Athena. So if you're, I
Well,
think I have it
I haven't had a
here.
chance to play either of them yet, but looking forward to it. I hear I'm hearing pretty good stuff. That yeah, okay, so yeah, okay.
So if you thought the Xbox version looked good, which it did at the time, it hasn't really aged that well because the Doom 3 engine, which is what it runs on,
Oh, I
hasn't
didn't
aged
know
that
that.
well.
Okay.
It runs on the Doom 3 engine. So
Yeah, I played a little bit of that
play
on the Switch. It's all right.
this is, I think, backwards compatible. I believe it's backwards compatible on the
Okay.
Xbox One series of consoles and Series X of consoles. Don't quote me on that.
Right.
But if this, I think it is backwards compatible, dude. Fucking tastic games.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to explore it a little bit. And yeah, Belmont says so. Belmont here says, um, he says, I'm doing good. Just sitting here getting a video together for tomorrow. I discovered a Castlevania fan game today that I have to talk about. So looking
Oh
forward to
shit.
that. Anytime this guy shows up with a Castlevania alike game, because here's the thing, and Belmont and I talk about this about every fucking time he comes on. Konami is leaving a metric fuck ton of money on the table with all their franchises that they're abusing and
Yeah.
neglecting. And so people are not going to wait around for that. I'll give you a great proof of that. So this was Konami that lost out. So Konami didn't put out a Contra game for years, right? So
Right.
one of the indie developers said, fuck this, we'll make our own Contra. And that gave us Blazing Chrome. Blazing Chrome being one of the most incredible action games on the fucking modern systems. 2D action Contra like. It's amazing. It's very good. So I love the fact that Castlevania is starting to get a similar treatment with Bloodstained, and you've got like Iron Meat. Have you seen this game Iron Meat, you guys? Looks so fucking good. There's some really good stuff coming out.
Is that like a Metroidvania or something?
No, it's more like a Castlevania / Contra like. It's called Iron Meat, and it's really good looking. I hope it comes to
Never
Switch
heard of it.
physically. Check it out when you get a chance. Yeah, Google that shit. It's really cool. Belmont says the PS2 Mortal Kombats are peak MK. Starting to agree with that. Belmont.
Belmont knows greatness.
And don't forget
It's in
about
his freaking name.
Kart Combat in Armageddon, aka Mario Kart MK Edition.
Oh, that's right. We didn't get to Armageddon. we talked about Deception, and
Bash was telling me Armageddon. He said, if you think Deadly Alliance is good, wait till you play Deception. And if you think Deception is good, wait till you play Armageddon, he said.
So let me talk a little bit about Armageddon real fast.
Okay.
I have Armageddon not as much as Deception because it's more of a personal thing. Deception got me back into Mortal Kombat. Armageddon was a great follow-up. Hell, it's got a freaking holographic cover art.
Nice.
Which is a series I need to bring back.
Yes, you do. That's my favorite series on YouTube. I tell everybody that. It's really cool.
So Mortal Kombat Armageddon, the Conquest mode in that, it's better. Fleshed out gameplay-wise, feels more like a 3D beat 'em up. So that is an improvement. The only thing I would say is a downside, a double-edged sword, because they basically brought everybody back. It's like the Smash Ultimate of Mortal Kombat games. Everybody from all the previous Mortal Kombat games has been brought back for Armageddon.
Okay.
Even the ones that weren't in Mortal Kombat Deadly Alliance have new character models for this one, for Armageddon. So the problem is that they spread themselves too thin when it comes to fighting styles. So instead of everybody having 3 fighting styles, which is the 2 fighting styles and the weapon, they have to do basically everybody has 1 fighting style and the weapon style.
Ooh, yeah, that's a little bit of a downgrade.
It's a downgrade because you can't chain those combos quite like you used to be able to. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I totally get where you're coming from, man. Totally get where you're coming from. Yeah.
So that is why I always felt like Armageddon was a step down.
But they're all good, right?
But they're all good, and hell, you can even create your own freaking character with a K in Mortal Kombat Armageddon.
Create a character.
You could create a combatant.
And
you create your own.
I miss that era of NetherRealm. I'll tell you, it was Midway. It was Midway at the time, yeah. But Midway was a victim of it. Midway was literally a victim. You want to know what happened to Midway at the end of that generation? With the actually at the beginning of the Xbox 360, that generation killed off Midway. Because again, that HD generation was just too expensive, and I think we're heading toward another crash. I'm gonna be honest with you, man.
Yeah.
So what do we think of what's going on in the AAA games industry? There's a lot of fucking shit coming out about what's going on here, man. First of all, you saw what happened with the what's the new game coming out that looks really good, Phantom Blade or whatever. They took the demo away. OJ did a video on it.
Stellar Blade.
Blade. Yeah, they literally just, oh yeah, you already downloaded that demo? Yeah, no, you didn't. Like
that's crazy that they can just up and front delete it from your console nowadays. Like I don't even remember that when PT. Remember PT? PT. I love PT.
Yeah, they delisted it, but they never. I don't think they could
deleted it.
I don't think they had the means to do it. But it just goes to show you what that tells everybody, and that was OJ's point in his video. What OJ was trying to say is, hey, I don't know if you guys need to see this, but you probably do. Long story short, they gave devs a back door to your accounts. That's what they did. And so this is going to be, don't trust the all digital future. Like, if you guys want to do it, that's on you. But don't.
I keep telling everybody I can.
Don't trust them.
If you want to buy digital, that's your prerogative. And listen, it's nice to have the option. But it's as we always say, don't take away my option.
So there's
my preferred option.
So you got that going on. So you got the constant war on ownership going on. And Upper Nimbus says, I'll always be a physical man. You got the layoffs, which I want to preface that there's right now there are layoffs everywhere right now, Cesar. Like that's hitting every industry. So yeah, I want to be very clear. Like, yes, gaming industry, it's happening in gaming, and it's happening huge. And it's happening in places where I don't feel like maybe it should be. Like, you're going to lay off the Spider-Man 2 devs, like, after Insomniac has held up the fucking world for PlayStation, and after that game sold, what, like 5-6 million fucking copies? That's not enough anymore?
That's disgusting. The fact that
God damn, dude. I
companies
mean,
like Sony and Square Enix, you can sell like 3 million of a game and say it's still a failure.
okay.
It's there's something wrong here. Obviously, the system is broken. The whole AAA development. Don't get me started on Ubisoft with their whole quadruple A development. Let's just tack on another A and another $4 billion on top of the budgets. Does that make any sense
No.
considering where we came from? Think about the sixth generation of games. You had AA games, AAA games, but the memories that those games created cannot be replicated with today's software. It just can't.
Well, and I mean, you got money, and let's look at where the money's going too. So one, and this is one of the things I was hitting on with Radbash a little bit. So, are you familiar with the concept of a minimal viable product?
Yeah, I was listening to the last podcast you did with Radbash,
Yep,
the MVP.
minimum viable product. I'm gonna put something else up here real quick. Let me save
Hit me
image.
with the hit me with the macroeconomics, Zoo. I'm gonna take a shot.
Yeah, this is. Oh yeah, we'll consider that macroeconomics. Yeah, I'll drink. I'll drink to that. Okay, let me know when you're ready.
I'm pouring, baby. I'm pouring, even though I probably shouldn't.
And go.
Things are getting a little things are getting a little blurry up in here, but it's all right.
Hmm.
Liquored up and fucking live. That's what
That's
we
it. Yeah,
do.
it's what we do here, man. So
Ooh,
putting up the graphic, minimally viable product. So minimum, most rudimentary, bare bones function of the solution possible. Visible, sufficient enough for early adopters. Product, something tangible customers can touch and feel. MVPs, minimally viable product. That's what they're producing. So basically, they don't have fucking money for. They don't have money for making the graphics actually next gen. They don't have the money for. They don't have the money to make sure all the features are in the game. In fact, they're going to cut features out of the game and sell them back to you. They don't have money for any of that shit, but they have money to pay fucking consultants to come in and make the game shittier, from what I'm hearing. So what's going on with that? Have you heard anything about what's going on here? I keep hearing about this weird controversy where there's like a consultancy firm that all these AAA devs are hiring, and they basically pay them all this money to come in and shit up the game. Like, they got money for
it
that.
sounds it sounds like they're all just there to circle jerk each other
Right.
into what they think gamers want, but they have no fucking clue. These are old farts that have suits and ties, never picked up a controller in their life. They have no idea what we're looking for, which is why the best development nowadays is sadly, well, not sadly, because they earned it at this point, is the indie development. These AAA developers, like they're a victim to the publishers and these bigger
Right.
companies, the guys in suits that know nothing about what we want as gamers, as consumers. And you see it all the time. Look at what WB said recently. Oh, Hogwarts Legacy, a game that sold millions,
Mm-hmm.
absolute millions, is a fantastic game. I have it over there somewhere. Uh, Single player focused, right?
Right.
DLC sold millions. And what did they decide to do? What was the last game they released? I don't even fucking remember.
Um. Yeah, it was some fucking failure. Last WB.
Suicide Squad. Suicide Squad.
Oh, dude, Suicide Squad was a fucking butter and ham disaster. They said that was
What did
just
they say after that disaster? We're gonna focus on those type of games instead.
idiots. Fucking idiots.
What?
Yeah.
Are you fucking kidding me? That makes no sense whatsoever. Like I said, out of touch old men. No idea.
Well,
Oh my, there goes
out
my
of touch
AirPod.
old men, and then on top of that, I don't even feel like a lot of them are gamers. I think what happened is gaming became big money. And when something becomes big money, and trust me, because I go in, these are the circles I travel in, right? So when you look at executives and executiveship, when something becomes a gold rush, when you can find a place where there's big money, you will always attract the kind of people who want to go toward where that big money is. They may not be fans of gaming. They may not be fans of the hobby. So this is how you get like fucking bank CEOs or fucking textile CEOs, and now they're in gaming. Why? Not because they have any love for the gaming medium. It's because they're there to make a fucking buck, and that's where all the money
They want
right
to make
now.
money.
All the money in entertainment is in gaming. It's not in fucking movies, with the exception of a couple movies a year. You had Avatar, and you had like fucking the Mario movie. Outside of that, not much. Everything else is fucking withering on the vine. It's not movies. It's not
Godzilla, Godzilla, Godzilla -1 did really well.
Godzilla
Won an Oscar.
-1. Yes, exactly. So,
I gotta shout out my boy Godzilla.
oh,
My man.
100%. But in general, it's not in movies for the most part. Oh, I'll tell you another one. RRR, Triple R. It's an Indian action film. If you have not seen RR, if you watch that movie, and I will say this to anybody who is here, if you watch that movie and you don't like that movie, you're not welcome here. It's that fucking good. It's that fucking good. It's better than anything being produced in the States. And the same thing with Godzilla
Oh,
-1. I watched Godzilla -1, and I'm like, where the fuck are these movies over here? Why is Hollywood getting and I'm fine with that. I'll watch their fucking movies. Bahubali and RR are better, like these are Indian movies, Indian films that are fucking better than anything Hollywood is doing right now. Godzilla -1 is better than anything Godzilla's that Hollywood is doing right now. The Boy and the Heron, Miyazaki just won an Oscar for that. Better than anything.
I gotta see that one.
Yeah, it's good. It's really good, man.
I know my wife wants to see that one, so we gotta see it.
So my question is, like, yeah, they got money for bullshit, but they don't have money to make a good product, and I think that's where they're starting to fail. And it's not going to last. Like this whole thing is going to. But I'll tell you what, where I see business opportunity because there's indie studios, there's hungry ass indie studios that Cesar, they're going to eat their fucking lunch. They're going to absolutely eat their fucking lunch.
And hey, I'm all for that because the indie developers are the only ones who are really making anything worth a damn these days.
For the most part, yeah. I mean, here's the thing: like, is a huge fan of Morrowind and somebody who liked Skyrim. Okay, not looking forward to the Elder Scrolls 6. I'm looking more forward to the next Tamriel Rebuilt, which is a fucking modding team. Like literally, it's a group of Morrowind fans that are just systematically and meticulously building the mainland of Morrowind that Bethesda couldn't be bothered to building it from fucking scratch, from the lore and based on the available lore available. I'm more interested in the Grasping Fortune release than I am in the Elder Scrolls 6 at this point. You know, when you have Starfield come and go like a fucking fart in the wind, that's disturbing, man.
You took the words right out of my mouth. I was ready to dunk on Starfield, but you just did it for me. Whatever I've seen from Starfield, it looks like nothing special.
Boring as shit. You know what they tried to do, Cesar?
Man.
You know what they tried to do, man? They tried to do Star Control 2, and they made it, but they sucked. That's what they tried to do.
Right.
They tried to do Star Control 2. They've been trying. Mass Effect tried to fucking do Star Control 2. OJ says they succeeded. I'm gonna have to check out Mass Effect. He says they did a good job, but yeah, okay.
I love Mass Effect.
Okay. Well, I would.
I'm a Mass Effect fan.
I would hope it was good. They literally fucking lifted Star Control 2 story verbatim. I sure hope they.
I have them all original on Xbox 360, which is where I originally played them. Nice. I have the Legendary Edition, which I have yet to play, and I have an upcoming episode covering a certain entity for plastic polygons.
Okay.
Nice. For Mass Effect fans, look forward to that.
Heard it here first, guys.
It just got released, and we could talk about that later, but it still is one of my favorite 360 games of all time.
Okay.
Now, I've never played Star Control 2, so I have no point of reference like you do.
It's absolutely goated, man.
What did that come out on?
That came out on PC in 1992.
You see, I was only like 2 or 3 years old at the time.
Yeah, you're not an old fuck like me.
I mean, I'm getting there. I'm getting there. I'm 34 at this point in
Okay,
time.
yeah.
So, but I never. I'm not a PC gamer, and I always say that I'm a console guy first and foremost. So I missed out on Star Control.
Well, I'll tell you what. If you have a 3DO, there's a fantastic version of Star Control 2 on 3DO. Believe it or not, it's
What's a three?
it's
What
the reason to own a 3DO.
3DO? Listen, Zoo. I don't need any more consoles. I have enough as it is. Don't make me go find a 3DO. I just freaking got a Sega Genesis Model 2 and a 32X
What else is
sold as is, not working for $90. I don't need any more like freaking retro consoles. I have no space for them, first of all. But I might take you up on that Star Control because it sounds freaking badass.
Okay, yeah, it's the because I was thinking maybe Sega CD, but no, 3DO interactive multiplayer. It's on. In fact,
God
for a long
damn.
time, it was the best version of Star Control for the longest time. Now that changed because what happened is EA decided to be EA and literally fucked the two guys over in terms of like sitting on that, and EA would never re-release the game.
Right.
And so what they did is they literally the guys they owned everything else about the game, just not the name Star Control 2, since EA owns that property.
Right.
They literally just dropped the files for free to everybody under the Urquan Masters, it's called. So if you see the Urquan Masters, that's the same game. That's Star Control 2. It's just renamed so they can release it to the public because EA was going to sit on it forever and make the game worth fucking $500 fucking dollars like they like to. So
Star
it's
Control 2. Who's in that? Is that like a live action game, or am I thinking
no,
of something else?
no, you're thinking of Wing Commander, which is another epic series. Wing Commander
Is that
had
the
like
one
the
with Mark?
live cut, yeah, it had like the live cut scenes. It had like actual Star Wars actors and shit. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one I'm thinking about right now. That's supposed to get a sequel at some point that still hasn't come out yet.
Well, it kind of did.
Okay, so
It's called Star Citizen, and it's Chris Roberts' way of basically robbing gamers. That's what that is. Like that game's been
oh
out there for
come
what's that? But
on.
15 fucking years that game's been out there in beta.
Yeah, basically. Oh
Like
man, that sucks. Anyways,
they can't do it, Cesar. They can't do it anymore. They can't
it's like
fucking
you
do it
said with
anymore.
Ultima 7, they can't do a new Ultima game with today's standards
No, literally, like
because
Star Control
that's
2, like
impossible.
I've seen Mass Effect, I've seen its Galaxy, quote unquote. Go
Galaxy because
go
it's
go look at okay, so let's do some comparison. I'm gonna find if I can even post it. I need Star Control 2's galactic map. Holy shit. Images
can
here.
you visit every planet in Star Control
You can't
2?
visit you can, but it's very primitive. But more importantly, there is always things to do. There is
Oh,
always things to do.
okay.
Star map. Let's see here. There it is.
You can tell with Mass Effect, and I'll tell you this now before you get to them. It's obvious that the ambition and the whole idea is way bigger than the actual execution and the standards at the time allowed them to be. So, like, I know a lot of people were disappointed with Mass Effect 3, and rightfully so, especially with the ending. You have all that buildup. Mass Effect 2's ending, though. Oh, one of the best fucking games on the 360. Play the series just for Mass Effect 2
Okay. Yeah, Mass
because you
Effect 2
won't
I hear is
regret it.
good.
You won't regret it, my brother. So, but Mass Effect 3, I liked a lot. There was a lot of hype behind it. Unfortunately, it didn't live up to that hype for a lot of people, but they painted themselves into a corner. You know what I mean? BioWare, they were rushed by EA, especially. So, unfortunately, it ended up being what it ended up being. But, you know,
Here it is. How
BioWare
do
is a
I
talented group of developers. So,
Okay, so I'm gonna have to narrow this. Oh shoot. Shit, man.
how are you still sober, dude?
Oh, I'm not sober. I'm not. No, I'm
I'm
quite
fucking,
buzzed right now.
I'm buzzed as hell, dude.
So this is gonna be so all right, I'm gonna post this into our chat. so people can see this map.
I can't see it because I'm fucking liquored up and live right now, so
Right, but
I can't tell what's going on in the chat. How's everybody doing in the chat? Thank you for tuning in to Liquored Up and Live, round 3 with Spacey G, aka Scorpio Cesar.
it's been awesome.
I love you all. Just want to let you all know. I mean that from the bottom of my
I
heart.
love everybody here too. And here it is, man. So that map, if you can, Cesar, switch over to our Discord real quick and just take a peek at that. I
All
want
right,
you to
let me see if I can do that.
Yeah,
Hang on,
I
because
need you to see this map.
I have my phone on my tripod connected to my camera's backside through sticky tack. I kid you not, it's the most ghetto I've ever done yet. But I needed it to be comfortable, so that's why I probably can't see the chat
well, check
right
that
now.
map out when you get a chance. Every one of those dots.
Oh, I see it. Oh, I see it.
Every
Oh
one of
my! What?
every one of those dots is not a planet. Every one of those dots is a star system. 1992.
3DO?
1992.
On the 3DO?
It's on the 3DO, and it's on PC under the Urquan Masters. It just came to Steam even. So yeah, actually, that's what Mad Belmont just said. Speaking of the Urquan Masters, it was released on Steam for free under the name Free Stars, the Urquan Masters. There's no fucking excuse anymore, guys. Play one of the greatest goated games ever made. Play it. It's the Urquan Masters. I've streamed. There's some there are some streams that be playing it too, so you can check the streams out as well. Because the new game even has voice acting. The old game didn't have the voice acting, and it fucking slaps. You haven't lived till you meet the Zot, the Fot, and the Pig. You haven't lived till you meet the 3 of them.
Well, you know how he says, first you have my curiosity, now you have my interest.
Yes. Yep, the Zot, the Fot, and the Pig.
Let me see if I can redo this. Hang on. Okay, we're back.
Let me show you something else real quick from that. The Zot, the Fot.
You're going to make me go back to the chat.
And the Pig. No, I'm just showing the chat some stuff. No, I'm not going to make you do that.
Okay.
Zoc, Fot, Pig. There they are.
I just fixed it. I got a planet on my shirt. With my Samus shirt from Metroid, which is a series that I feel could benefit from some modern day revisions.
Yes, 100%. So Belmont
I think
says,
Mother.
Oh, go ahead.
Belmont. No, what did Brother Belmont say?
Brother Belmont said, I'll give Bethesda credit for this. At least they acknowledge that their modding community carries their games. 100%, man. 100%. If it wasn't for fucking modders, yeah, because their games are actually fucking barely functioning fucking husks. They're literally and then the modders show up and fix it all. But all we ask for is you give us an interesting world for us to build on. That's all we want. We'll take it from there. Now,
Skyrim, you may not be a big fan of Skyrim, as you are Morrowind.
Yeah.
But I have to say, Morrowind. I'm sorry, Skyrim has the best, my favorite soundtrack of all time in terms of video game soundtracks.
It's very good.
I can go back to that every day.
It's very, very good. Have you heard Morrowind soundtrack?
Now, okay. I played a little bit of Morrowind on the Xbox, and I heard some tracks from Morrowind that are basically just redone for Skyrim. And I'm like, holy shit, this came from Morrowind.
Well, and to be fair, I'm actually talking about Morrowind-inspired music because the modders made a lot of it too, and other composers made Morrowind music. It's in the game I'm playing, right? So to be fair, that's not all Jeremy Soule. That's not all Morrowind. A lot of that is like other great composers like AKS2, like Gregory Helms. There's a lot of great composers that did some great stuff. Hey, Brooke Barnes is here. What's going on, Brooke? How you doing?
Hello.
Yeah, welcome in. Yeah, Brooke actually tunes in some of my Morrowind streams as well, so she comes right at the same fucking time where we got fucking Morrowind going on, so that's perfect timing. Talking a little Star Control, a little Morrowind, talking about some of my favorite games of all time It's basically what we've
Talking
been doing.
about favorite games of Manganzu, we got to talk about Metroid Other M because I know he loves that
Fuck!
fucking
Don't
game.
do that to me. Oh, the baby, the
Oh, the
baby,
baby
the
Metroid.
baby. Ah, fuck that game.
Samus is my other mommy.
Fuck that. Yeah, fuck that game. Oh my god, that fucking game.
I know you hate it, Zoo.
I
I
hate
know
that
you
game.
hate it. You want to know some? Since I brought it up, I gotta bring up some history of Other M.
Okay. Okay.
I was so hyped for that game.
I'll tell you what. The best part of that game was the fucking live action commercial. That was the best part of that game.
It was the commercial and the hype. I was hyped because it's like, holy crap, we're finally getting a new Metroid game. It looked good. Freaking Tecmo, Team Ninja was developing it. I was like, this cannot be bad. And then when it came out, Surge Man X, my boy,
Okay.
fellow Super Retro Force member, I got to give him another tag,
Yeah.
told me this kind of sucks.
And you know kind of
that,
about it.
and he's a Metroid fan as much as I am. That completely derailed my hype for the game. And at that point, I was in survival mode playing through that game, trying to find reasons to enjoy it. It's not like gameplay wise, yes, it's not terrible. It could be a lot better. Man, what the hell did they do to Samus in that game?
I've got
they did her dirty.
Well, I'm going to tell you what they did to Samus in that game. But before we get to that, I've got a similar story. Mine's Final Fantasy 13, actually. So.
Oh, I got that somewhere over here. Where is it? Oh,
get that. No, get that the fuck away. I don't care. I don't even care if it's holofoil. Get that the fuck away from me. Get that failure away from me.
Send lightning. No, she's beautiful.
Take Miss Cloud and get it away from me.
Miss Cloud. I love lightning. She's a bitch.
I remember, like her beating the shit out of everybody, mad, well, we're gonna have to get back to that because Brick brings up a hell of a point. I am okay just trying to make it through Akira Toriyama passing. Oh my god, yeah. So quick moment of silence. No. Moment of silence for Akira Toriyama. Everybody, just moment of silence here for a second.
That man did things that will never be replicated.
No, that band was my childhood, and I've been getting hit hard lately. Fucking getting hit hard lately, because just a couple years back, I think it was Berserk's creative passed away. So we lost Berserk and we lost Dragon Ball right when Dragon Ball was getting interesting again with fucking Super. Like, holy shit, man.
His contribution to the Dragon Quest series.
I know.
One of my favorite RPG series of all time.
Like
Chrono Trigger.
We have to. I'll tell you what. Now we have to protect Araki at all costs now. Like, of the old guard, he's the last one.
I don't get emotional for a lot of celebrity like the bigger names, because the attachment is barely there. An actor passes away, an actress passes away. It's like, fuck, that sucks.
But I think the ones that hit me
the ones that hit me the hardest were Steve Irwin.
Oh no! I dated a girl who wanted to go into wildlife protection because of Steve Irwin, and that, oh my gosh, that hit her so fucking hard. Yeah.
Steve Irwin, Carrie Fisher.
Yeah.
Princess Leia.
Yeah.
My first childhood crush. She made me realize what a man I was in that slave outfit. We're being honest here, right?
Always. Honesty is best.
The first Star Wars movie I ever saw was Return of the Jedi, so I started with the last one, believe it or not. Saw her in that outfit, I was like, holy crap. Hey, I'm maybe what? Years old at the time, and I'm just like, okay. See. But bless her, she was Princess Leia is forever my goat, the best
And then
princess
they
ever.
treat her like fucking shit in the new trilogy. They treated all
We don't
the
talk about those.
but
We ain't talking about them.
fair.
We ain't
You know
talking
what?
about them.
You know what? Fair.
We'll save that for round four. Nick.
Yeah,
We'll
no,
save that for round four.
I'm good with that. I'm totally good with that. Cause yeah,
JDF,
yeah.
David Frank.
No date. Yeah.
It
Oh, that
happened.
was hard. Yeah, that was hard.
It happened on my birthday.
Jesus.
When I heard the news, I was fucking devastated. My childhood hero, my Power Ranger, my favorite Power Ranger. I thought I would have beat that man at a convention one day, and unfortunately, I never did get the chance.
Do 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 do.
And then when I heard about Akira Toriyama's passing, I was
Yeah.
like, I was telling my wife about it, and I was almost in tears. I was like, the man, the myth, the legend. It's not the same. It's not going to be the same moving forward. He
Well,
he's contributed so much to our childhoods.
and I hope, and they need to honestly, they need to wrap up the Black Frieza arc, and they need to end it. Like
I agree.
nobody else can do Dragon Ball. Nobody else can do Dragon Ball, man. And it's fitting. I think it's a fitting end. I think Black Frieza is a fitting end. That's the most iconic villain. And I think going back to
Still the
that,
best.
yeah, Frieza arc is So ending on Black Frieza is, or Frieza Black, ending on that character is. I think that's a fitting place to end it. With one final fight with Frieza, I think is a nice place to end it. So
Couldn't think of a better villain.
no, I couldn't either. But man, I wish he could end it on his terms. He
That's the
deserved to
thing.
end it on his terms, not aides who knew his game plan, and he deserved to see the end of it. That's the thing.
I agree, and it also makes you question if they were ever planning to do a Chrono Trigger remake. How is that impacted now without his contribution to that? Because they can use what they already have, but he was going to contribute to that
Oh,
if that
100%.
ever happened.
Well, I think it's probably unless it's finished and they're just sitting on it, which is possible. I mean, that's possible. I mean, Kevin Conroy got one last game after Suicide Squad, or got one last film. Thank God, by the way. So Kevin Conroy is going to get to go out like a champ with an actual animated Paul Dini directed film instead of that
Thank
fucking
fucking
Suicide
Christ.
Squad.
Uh,
Thank goodness.
uh,
But Kevin Conroy, by the way, is another one for me at least. Kevin Conroy.
yeah, I see that.
Did you see Mark Hamill? What he said after that?
He was done as the Joker.
He's
Or
done.
he said,
He's done
yeah.
as the Joker. He said, "Without Batman, crime has no punchline." Yeah, it's.
He's another one that's gonna hit hard
Mark
when he
Hamill's
goes.
gonna hit like a fucking tank.
Fuck, I'm not looking forward to that.
No,
Like,
and so no, it's. Yeah, it was been some rough ones lately, but yeah. So uh so Brooke says I have never seen the OG Dragon Ball in sub, so now I'm trying to watch it. Yeah, my first time watching Dragon Ball was with the dubbed version from Toonami, actually.
yes, I
I
remember
came in right at
explicitly.
the end of right at the beginning of like the Ginyu Force saga is where I actually came in. So then I had to try to track down. And this is back like, keep in mind that like I was into anime. But most of anime prior to that was like video swaps, right? I'm back.
Right.
I'm remembering the old days of the video swaps, right?
Well, you
So
had to import it.
important, but which was expensive as fuck. I didn't have the money for that. So you would go to these
Nobody does that.
you'd go to conventions and you would get these old VHS tape swaps, basically. And that's how I got like Legends of the Galactic Heroes, and I have like different episode compilations, but never could get the full story put together. So I had like various eras of the Legend of the Galactic Heroes that I was able to swap for. To this day, it took me till the internet age to actually watch the whole damn thing. It's kind of like the Pirates of Dark Water, how you would always catch episodes, but they were never in fucking order. And so you would have to kind of
Right.
cobble together the story as best you can. There's another show probably nobody fucking knows is the Pirates of Dark Water. Great show. I don't care what anybody fucking says. Great fucking show. But yeah, definitely watch the sub Dragon Ball. It is amazing.
I'm 100% a fan of the dub.
The
Uh,
dub is good. The dub is absolutely good. But the sub version
I
intro, so good.
I remember to this day just catching it by chance on Toonami, the outro, the ending of "I'll Give You Romance" with
Yeah,
Bulma
yeah.
looking outside the window with the rainy window. It hit me back
Mm-hmm.
then on it, and I'm like, it's something I've remembered since, and that was what really got me into Dragon Ball Z and Dragon Ball because
Man,
I was like, oh man, I still remember that day. I'm sitting on my bed watching TV. I change the channel to Toonami, and bam, she's just sitting there looking out the window, and it's such a vibe. It's such a mood. It hits so good.
that's like some scenic Simpson shit, man.
Be as free as you can be, a childlike love, a fantasy.
Man, I'm gonna have to. Ah, man.
The world is a mystery for you and me.
I love it. I love it.
I'm
Um,
sorry, I didn't mean to start singing on Liquored Up and Live, but we do what we want on
you
this.
gotta wonder. You gotta to quote Bane, what a lovely, lovely voice. Like
Well,
very
thank
good,
you.
very good.
Thank you.
Um,
I should shave or let my hair grow out a little longer and just get into singing
yeah,
on
yeah.
YouTube. Maybe,
Be a
maybe I'll
fucking
get some
rock star,
people's
right?
attention.
So,
I'm done with that look.
like the fucking rock star look. So yeah, we got Kobe Bryant's death hit me hard. One of the greatest basketball players of all time. Yeah.
Belmont, who said that?
Belmont said Kobe Bryant's death hit hard. Yeah.
Speaking of Belmont, I have a couple of NBA games. I'm gonna send them. I got NBA Live and I got a NBA Ballers for the PS3, the chosen one. I gotta send them. That I'm sitting on right now because one of them has a holographic cover art, and that's the only reason why I bought it.
Fucking
So,
awesome. Upper
so
Nimbus
once I'm done
says.
with that, it is.
Upper Nimbus says I live down the road from Australia Zoo. Cool. Say hi to Mandy if she's ever there again next time. Like you're gonna have to. Yeah, I think Mandy and Tony go to Australia every now and then. So yeah, just try to catch them next time they're there.
Say hello for me too.
Hell yeah. Um, yeah, Jason David Frank hit me hard too. Belmont says.
Yeah.
Um,
For '90s kids, that was a kick to the nuts, man. That we did not see that coming.
no,
We did not.
no, yeah, absolutely. Um, Brooke Barnes says I was born in '90s, so I know what you're talking about. As far as the video swaps, yeah, that's cool because a lot of people are like, look at me like I have a fucking third eye. It's like, no, you don't understand. Before Toonami popularized anime in the West, it was fucking going to OVA swaps, like literally. That's what it was. You would go and you would swap VHS tapes with with compo. Sometimes you wouldn't even fucking know what you were getting. But there were so many good anime, so many good anime I found that way.
Look at the draw.
There's so many
I
good
got
ones.
I got lucky with my first like anime that I got into was Sailor Moon. So
Sailor Moon is another one. Yeah, Sailor Moon is another one.
Sailor Moon is the oh man, I love Sailor Moon. Sailor Moon came before Dragon Ball for me. It came before Yu-Gi-Oh. Came before Pokemon. It was like my entry series, which is why I love it so much. I have my own dedicated Sailor Moon wall shelf with just
Okay.
figures from that
Yeah.
series.
No,
I
another
love Sailor
iconic
Moon.
fucking series, Sailor Moon. And I like Sailor Moon for what it's worth. I think it's good. I think it's good stuff. I think it's pretty peak early anime. Now the thing about Sailor Moon is I can't bring up Sailor Moon anymore without also talking about the deconstruction of Sailor Moon, which is Madoka Magica.
I
Have
love Madoka
if you
Magica.
love Sailor Moon and you've not seen Madoka Magica, guys, you got to see Madoka Magica. It is a brilliant deconstruction of the magical girl.
fucked up.
Episode 3, give it 3 episodes. That rule absolutely applies to Madoka Magica.
Out the window with everything you thought about pre Senshi characters
Oh
and
my God! Like
the
the
whole
first 3,
concept.
and by the way, the first 2 episodes, the first 3 episodes, honest to God, you're like, what the fuck is this? Like, this is like some cheesy ass fucking all fucking roses and daffodils shit. I have never been dropped harder, I think, in a series than Madoka Magic at the end of episode 3 with what
With
happens
mommy,
with Nami. But
with mommy.
don't spoil with Mommy.
I'm not gonna say nothing. Okay, I won't say nothing.
But
But
I
but
will
but
say
you
what
gotta understand.
happens in Madoka Magica episode 3. And then that new outro kicks in right after it happens. The one where she's running toward the darkness. That kicks in at the end of episode 3. And after that moment, you just fucking know that, okay, I'm in for the whole fucking ride now. Like, holy shit. That is one of the most insane fucking hard right turns I've ever seen in my life.
Founded by the music from Kaijiro Yuki. Some
Oh,
of the best music in an anime. Holy shit. Now, if you're a fan of pretty Sailor, the whole concept behind the whole Sailor Moon thing. There's
I'm gonna watch Madoka Magica tonight. Like, I got the
oh yeah.
chat talking about it now. Like, oh my God.
I was there when it when it first came out. I was into the anime. I was going to conventions, anime conventions,
Uh-huh.
cosplaying. I was at the time Madoka Magica was like my favorite at the time because it was so fucked up and different. You know what I mean? It was edgy. It
Mm-hmm.
was the
Yeah.
dark. It takes a concept that you grew up thinking it was all sunshine and rainbows with a little bit of villainy, and it turns it on its head. And I think that's the genius behind Madoka Magica.
Yeah, no, Madoka Magica, very, very good stuff. That's definitely an anime that I have to recommend. Um, all right, guys. This is for the chat. This is for you, Cesar. Somebody here has an opportunity to impress. Not that it means anything, but somebody here has the opportunity to impress the fuck out of me right now. Hands. S is in the chat. S in the chat for Superstar. Who here has seen Techno Lies? That's what I fucking
N-
thought.
Not me.
Oh,
I've
S,
never
Upper
heard of it.
Nimbus. Oh, Upper Nimbus, you are my next guest. We're gonna make
You
that
just
happen,
won
buddy.
yourself a next round
Well,
with Liquored Up and
well,
Live.
he was gonna come on Liquored Up Live anyway, but yeah, we got to get you on, man. I need somebody
Oh,
to discuss that fucking show with. Upper Nimbus, tell them I tell no lies about Techno Lies. It's some of the darkest, most thought-provoking shit you will ever see in your life, anime or no anime. Techno Lies. Holy shit. Oh, that's some dark shit. That's some dark shit, Techno Lies is. It's made by the same people who did Serial Experiments Lane, same guy. That's the more
never
famous
heard of
one
it.
he's known for. You need to watch that too. Serial Experiments Lane, along with Satoshi Kon, with Perfect Blue. The two of them basically called the parasocial internet age.
Okay.
So I mean, they're prophets as well. They're absolute fucking prophets. Another good one that's worth looking at is Paranoia Agent. If you haven't seen it, Satoshi Kon, Paranoia Agent.
Hmm. Dark anime?
Yes, very dark in its own way.
Okay.
But again, it has a
'Cause-
lot to say about society and basically
right.
the social aspects of what of what we do and how social we are and how that can be used to spread mania. Um,
Mm.
I gotta watch my copy of Paranoid Age. Okay, Upper Nimbus, you and you're getting in here, and we're gonna have an anime conversation. We are going to meet at the intersection of Anime Avenue and Anime Way, and we are gonna have that. We are gonna have the Animu liquored up live. 100%. You're the guy. You're the guy for that. He's seen Paranoia Agent. He's seen Techno Lies. He's seen Madoka Magica. Like,
sounds like he knows some good shit.
I know he's seen Yu Yu Hakusho. I don't even have to fucking ask. He's seen you. That's not even a. I have one last question for Upper Nimbus, so we gotta get back the show back on the road and get back to Other Rim. That fucking piece of shit. Upper Nimbus, what do you think of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, man? And tell me why that answer is one of the greatest fucking anime of all time. I'm waiting.
Maybe because it's not that great to begin
Shut
with.
your fucking bandana.
Put it over my mouth.
Let him speak.
My wife would kill me if she heard me say that.
Is she a JoJo fan?
Oh, she's a JoJo fan. The only reason why I have the game on the PS3 and I have to get it on Switch is because of her.
I've only seen up to Jotaro, but holy shit, Pillarman arc with Joseph was the best thing ever. Yeah, until you see part 4. Watch part 4. I'm a part 4 evangelist, but Pillarman was fun. For sure. Part 3 to me, I know everybody raves about part 3. To me, it's probably part 1. Part 1 and part 3 are like the least impressive parts of JoJo. I think JoJo part 4 is a fucking masterpiece.
That's the one that you said is like an RPG, right? JRPG storyline wise and stuff like that.
No,
Murder
it's
mystery.
Murder mystery. Yeah, murder mystery. Yeah. Directly inspired Persona 4. Directly. That ain't all bad.
I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm.
That's really interesting. I love
even the fucking yellow sky. Like, yeah, man. Got to get back into JoJo's. Yeah, part 6 was good. Part 6 was really good. Part 5 was another one. It's like, okay, it's okay. But part 4 and part 6 are great.
Which is the one with Jolene Cujo?
Part 6. I like part 6 a lot.
Okay.
My favorite parts are part 4 and part 6.
Her, in terms of character design,
she's incredible
because she looks badass. She reminds me a lot of Juri from Street Fighter. I know they took inspiration from Jolene.
Mm-hmm.
I think when they made Juri from Street Fighter, so I like the parallels there. When I played the fighting game on the PS3, I always picked her, and she had a move where she's got all these like webbings coming out of her hands. And
Stone 3 is an amazing stand.
The baseballs, and then she's like balls deep, and she's like, and I'm like, that's cool. But
Jolene Cujo is the right. Jolene Cujo is the right way to do a female protagonist, to write a female protagonist. Now let's talk about the wrong way to do a female protagonist, and that's fucking Metroid Other Rim.
Okay, we got to talk for Rush Dog, for Sugar Rush. We got to talk about shmups before this is over.
Oh, we're absolutely going to talk about shmups. Yeah, I promised him.
All right, because I got so much shit to show you, bro.
But the reason why I'm making him wait is because he's going to watch it on the replay. So I'm gonna keep him in suspense. He's going to have to wait till an hour 37 to even be like, "Fuck, are these drunk motherfuckers going to remember to do it?" Yes, we are. But I'm making him wait.
Evil. Some macroeconomics with this Other M. I need to take another shot.
So there is the macroeconomics of Other M is it literally is it failed, and along with the unholy trinity of Mario Galaxy 2 and Skyward Sword and Wii Music, if you want to make it into like a quadrilogy, is what sunk the fucking Wii. It's what sunk the fucking Wii. Is they started putting out bullshit, dumb fuck software that nobody fucking wanted for that goddamn system.
I thought Galaxy 2 was good, but I still prefer the first game. 100%.
All right, so Upper Nimbus loves JoJo. Brooke Barnes loves JoJo. Start to fall in love with the chat, man. Like, yes, that JoJo love all day long.
Bash, where's my backup, man?
Cesar, stop being a fucking Philistine and fucking watch it. A person with no appreciation for art and beauty. Let me define my terms. You got to do it.
I'll get there one day.
Got to do it. Galaxy 1 is way better. That's so I hear, Upper Nimbus. So I fucking hear.
Story wise, it has a story. Part
Yeah,
two did away with the story completely.
yeah. Sold like shit. Sold like hammered shit. Both of them did, but Galaxy 2
Oh,
especially. Nobody fucking bought Galaxy 2. No, nobody. Everybody was too busy enjoying 2D Mario. Is what they were all fucking doing. Everybody was enjoying the shit out of New Super Mario Brothers Wii. Nobody gave a shit about those 3D games. Not on the
can't argue
Switch.
with that. The numbers are there at least.
Numbers don't lie, man. Fucking what did Galaxy
He's
1
built.
do? Galaxy 1 did what? 10 million, the same fucking amount as Mario 64 with but the difference being Mario 64 came out fucking years before and came out on a system with half the fucking user base. Is that what fucking
Macroeconomics, baby.
Yeah, is that what fucking happened? Then people want to say, "Oh, well, Galaxy 1 sold 10 million copies." Yeah, so did fucking Mario 64. Fucking a decade earlier and on a system with half the fucking Wii's user base.
Mario 64 is still the better game.
I'm not going to argue with that. It's certainly the more coherent game. At least you're in
Gal-
Peach's castle. It has a sense of place in the Mushroom Kingdom. You're not just in the fucking void doing Bowser's Ninja Warrior contest.
I liked the Galaxy when I originally played through it. It's hard for me to return to it
I've
now.
never played it. I can't shit talk it too much.
Well, I can.
Okay.
Come on. I can say I like the Galaxy. Like you said, Bowser's Ninja Warrior.
You're just in the void. There's no relation to the Mushroom Kingdom at all.
And the problem is that it plays the way it makes you want to. It makes you play. You know what I mean? Like Mario 64, the acrobatics, the movements, the jumping, the wall jumping. There's so much more flexibility in that game. The hub world, the castle, still the best to this day, and still hasn't been matched even by Odyssey.
Ooh,
I still think.
okay, and that's why I got to play Mario 64. I did play Mario 64, but keep in mind my experience with Mario 64 was to play it, be like, huh, that's novel. I can't wait to get a real Mario game on this system. That was my whole experience with Mario on the N64. Yeah, this is cute. Can't wait to get a real Mario game.
You're learning, Zoo. Don't worry.
Yeah, it only took them fucking 18 more years, didn't it? But they finally did it, so I can't be mad anymore. Now, Brooke says, what do you think of this year's Mario Day announcements? So the new movie is a great move. I can't wait. Like, I'm pumped. Can't wait to see what they do with it. I'm hoping for Yoshi.
Me too. Oh, definitely.
And you know he's coming with the not to spoil it, but if you haven't seen the fucking Mario movie by now, what are you doing here, guys? Like, yeah, the Yoshi's got to come up. When are they going to make a Donkey Kong movie? When is I hate him in Mario Kart, but when is Donkey going to start getting some fucking love from Nintendo? Donkey needs a new game. Donkey needs a movie. When is it? When
weren't they making a Donkey Kong spinoff?
I mean Mario versus Donkey Kong, but he's sharing the spotlight.
No, not the game. I'm talking about like movie wise or Netflix show wise. Weren't they doing like a Donkey Kong thing separate from Mario? That's what I remember.
I hope so. I mean, I want to see something with Donkey. Yeah, Donkey needs to expand. Yeah, Donkey's popular. People underestimate Donkey's popularity, man. The Donk, he's great. Even though he's even though he's a motherless fuck in fucking Mario Kart that wants to fucking mean mug and the motherfucker wants to cheese you as he fucking goes straight through and cheats. He cheats. He just fucking cheats in Mario Kart 8. But
yeah, he does. He does.
But anyway, okay, fucking Metroid Other M. Okay. So
Metroid we gonna talk about Metroid Other M?
Yeah, shit. So and again, part of this is I don't blame Team Ninja for Other M. I was fucking there. I don't blame Team Ninja. I blame Sakamoto. I blame Sakamoto. Aside from needing a good scrub brush, if you ever seen the guy, he has completely he took Gunpei Yokoi's concept of Metroid, and his whole thing revolves around this strange obsession he has with Samus as his bimbo ninja waifu mommy. And so he keeps trying to take Samus out of the armor for one thing. He didn't do that in Other M, but he keeps trying to take her out of the armor. When the entire point of Samus, if you look at the history of the character, Samus Aran is Breedomart. So in mythology, there is this legendary image, and you'll see it everywhere. And it's a woman warrior in full armor taking off her helmet and letting her hair spill out over the armor. It's Breedomart, it's Hua Mulan, it's the fairy queen. It is an image all over mythology, all over it. And
it's a
that is
beautiful imagery.
at the heart. That's what Samus Aran is. That's the whole concept of the character. So if you remove Samus from the armor, you are removing a huge part of her character. You have to keep her in the armor, number one. Number two, Samus is the most badass fucking bounty hunter in the entire galaxy. Samus is a character that literally genocided the fucking Metroids, put that little motherfucker in a pod, and handed him off for experimentation to the fucking Federation. Does that sound like a mommy to you? She got her fucking payday, she wrecked everyone, and she left. She Roman Reigns that fucking planet. She wrecked everyone and left. That's what she did. And she handed off that little motherfucker to be dissected by the fucking Federation. That's not the baby. That's not mommy. I'm sick of this shit.
1, 2, 3.
What's that?
Funny because think about it until later on. Like I'm looking at my Samus shrine over there.
Yeah.
I love Zero Suit thing because I love Smash Brothers Brawl.
Sure.
It's
okay to love the kid. It's okay to love the Zero Suit, but it's not.
It's okay to love the Zero Suit because obviously, and because it's hot.
No, sure, but it's also not Samus.
So it's as you said. The whole idea behind Samus is that most of the people who played the original Metroid games didn't get far enough to see her outside of the armor. Most of them only got to see her take off her helmet. Originally, basically. When I originally played Metroid, it was Metroid 2, Return of Samus. I never played the original until Prime.
Great game too, by the way.
I loved the original. Not the original.
Perfectly designed around the Game Boy's limitations. Perfectly.
Right, Samus, Return of Samus on Metroid 2. I love that game. Borrowed it from my cousin at the time, but it always stuck in my mind because I never finished it at the time, and I was just like, I remember that character when Metroid Fusion and Metroid Prime was being announced. So I got into Metroid officially around that time because I asked my mother if she could get me Metroid Fusion for my birthday, and I still have that copy to this day. Metroid Fusion to this day is still my favorite Metroid game.
A lot of people say that it's Metroid Freaks. It's Corey from Metroid Freak on Twitter. It's his favorite Metroid game too, is Fusion. A lot of people talk very well of Fusion. Yeah.
I know a lot of people prefer Super Metroid, but I didn't experience Super Metroid until I downloaded it on the Wii through the Wii Virtual Console. And at that point, it was it was more open, like the original Metroid. And I know you're a fan of Super Metroid, right?
I'm a fan of Super Metroid, but it's not my favorite in the series and never has been. Prior to Dread, my favorite was OG Metroid, which throws people for a fucking loop. Because I think that's part of Metroid's appeal. And it's the other thing that Sakamoto doesn't understand. Metroid is supposed to be hard. And Super Metroid is not hard. Metroid is the prestige Nintendo game. That's the one when people say Nintendo is kiddie and Nintendo is too easy, you can kindly point them in the direction of Metroid. And starting with Super Metroid, which was a Gunpei Yokoi produced game, they got away from that. And if you want proof that Metroid is supposed to be hard, they literally did the NES Advantage controller was literally packed in with OG Metroid, which was the arcade style. Yes.
Really?
It debuted, yes, with Metroid.
That's so weird.
NES Advantage debuted with Metroid. They were part and parcel together. And the reason for that is that was Nintendo's arcade hard experience. 100%.
I never knew that. I always thought that controller was just like thrown out there for any like arcade ports or something.
No, if you
Like,
look at any commercial with Metroid, it mentions the NES Advantage. Like if you go back to the
wow.
80s
Imagine,
commercials.
I couldn't imagine playing that game with an NES Advantage controller.
Yeah,
It feels like a game built for a D-pad.
no, it's fucking magical. It's fucking magical. So yeah, NES Advantage is great. With Metroid,
Don't make me have to buy one now.
I
You
hope
know
not.
how I am.
They're expensive now to get a working NES Advantage. Very expensive. But point being is, yeah, so Metroid 1, it lost its difficulty until Dread. Now, Dread brought it back in a great way. And 2, it
Dude.
absolutely eviscerated. Like Samus is a person with deep mommy and daddy issues. They made Samus into a fucking brat with the thumbs down shit every time. Eh, eh. Like they made Samus into somebody who's gonna just die in the lava instead of activating her Varia suit because she's stubborn and I'm not gonna activate shit until Adam tells me to because daddy won't tell me to, so I'll just die in the lava, I guess. Like I don't know what
What
the
about the
fuck that
scene with
was.
Ridley? What about the scene with Ridley?
That's my smoking gun. Yeah, I bring that up all the time is when she fucking acts scared of Ridley. You know how many fucking times she's killed Ridley by this point in the storyline? And she's gonna
Listen,
act scared and shocked, and she's killed this motherfucker at least 4 times at this point. Like again, and contrast this with Mercury Steam, who's not Sakamoto, and they understand Samus's character. So when Samus walks out and she sees Kraid, and Kraid roars in her goddamn face, you know what? You know what she does? She looks up at Kraid, she tilts her head, and she puts her arm cannon out, and she's ready to fucking fight.
I love that scene.
That Mercury Stream understands
about.
Samus's character more than fucking Sakamoto, the fucking series steward is, and that's why Metroid Prime 4 had to be reset from development and taken away from Sakamoto and given back to Retro, and that's why he has nothing to fucking do with the Metroid franchise from this point forward. And if Nintendo's smart, they'll keep it that way. There's that enough passion? I think that's enough passion.
You make a compelling argument. Now, I used to be other M apologist for the longest time.
How?
But there was
because we talked about it. You were justified. You bought it, didn't you?
I bought it day one.
That's why. That's why you did it. I did it to Final Fantasy 13. This is what I'm talking about. Now, do you see what I mean now? When I say that all these people who get the fucking game given to them, or here's a fucking review code, or that's what I'm talking about. It's a different experience when you buy that game at full price. And that's why, like, Rich Dog tells me all the time, he's like, Zoo, here's a good deal on this. Great, I'll wait till it's full price. I want to experience it like every other fucking Joe, working class Joe, experiences that game. Working class Joe has to spend $60 for that fucking game. So in order to get their experience, and before I tell them, hey, do I recommend this game or do I not recommend this game? I want to have the same purchasing experience. The customer experience is not just a gameplay experience, guys. It's the customer experience. And part of what goes into that, I made every goddamn excuse in the world for Final Fantasy 13. Every fucking excuse in the world. Like, and I finally realized I don't like this game. Right before it opened up, by the way, Chapter 9, I got to. In Final Fantasy 13 before I said, I can't do anymore. I'm taking this back. And then people, bro, it gets good 2 chapters later. It opens up.
20 hours in.
Yeah, 20 hours in, it's good.
20 hours in.
I don't give a fuck. I don't have 20 hours to spend on a bad game.
But not 20 hours in, I'm done. Yeah, I stopped. I couldn't continue with the game. And then the whole storyline behind it was another problem.
I don't even know what the fuck was going on. I know that Lightning's. You can either be okay. So my understanding of the story is there's these big, all-powerful beings, and you either and every once in a while they'll give you a task to do, and you either become a wind crystal or a fail zombie.
A fail zombie or a wind crystal.
Wind crystal or fail zombie.
You explained it better than
Lightning's
the game
going
did.
around punching everybody in the face and telling Hope what a pussy he is, and or Faith or whatever the fuck his little pussy ass name is, because that guy is a bitch.
Hope. His name was Hope, and Faith was, I believe, Faith was the badass chick who was voiced by the lady who did Chloe from Uncharted. I know her because that Australian accent fucking kicks. I love it. But
Hey,
okay, yeah.
Nishquick's
So
here, or no, not Nishquick. This is Nishant. Hey, what's going on,
wait,
Nishant?
no, somebody else. I'm thinking about Fang. My bad, completely. Anyways, let's go back to Metroid Other M.
What's going
Who's
on,
in the chat
Nishant?
right now?
No, Nishant just showed up. What's going on, buddy?
What's up? What's up? We
It's been
talking. We
it's been
talking
it's been a
shit.
very fun chat. Very fun chat.
Always is, Zero. It always is. I never want to leave these chats because it's like, holy crap, I'm being social with somebody for once.
Man,
And I'm
I was gonna say you got to move to Springfield, Illinois. We'll kick it up great.
maybe you can make me some of that
Wonder
jambalaya.
who that is. Is this an alternate? I think it is. I think that's Nish under a different name.
What's up, Nish Quick?
I don't know that it's Nishquick. It's Nishant. But I'm drunk and I saw Nish, so I thought Nishquick. But now
sounds familiar.
Nishant sounds very familiar. I wonder. Anyway, either way, we will solve the mystery of that identity later. Nishant, glad you're here, buddy. So yeah, Metroid Other M. So yeah, Metroid Other M was a failure on a thematic storyline level. Metroid Other M was a failure on a franchise level. And Metroid Other M was a failure so catastrophic that it almost killed Metroid, and I'm not still sure it hasn't. I'll just say that. I don't know. I don't know if you can recover from that. And I will say this about Metroid Other M as a last word. My last word on Metroid Other M: as much shit as I gave Eiji Aonuma for the way he took the direction he took Zelda in, as much shit as I gave the Mario team for going in the 3D direction and ignoring 2D for decades. Neither one of those teams did near the damage to their franchise that Other M did.
Because they both bounced back. And I don't feel that Metroid will ever bounce back if it hasn't bounced back yet.
I don't
Dread
think it
sold.
will. It didn't sell well enough.
Return of Samus Returns sold. I don't even know how Samus Returns sold because that came on the 3DS around the time the Switch was coming out. Like when the Switch was brand new.
We got to look at it also in terms of how many more people are on the planet. So we talk about the macros. And you also got to look at it in terms of the here we go. Shot. Power hour. And you also have to look at it in terms of the install base of the Switch. Huge install base, and it still can't even crack 3 million. Like, man, not great.
Fuck Metroid hard, man. Bad.
No, that's Sakamoto. So take away Sakamoto's dev kit and give him a scrub brush. He needs it. And he needs to go work on fucking Rainbow Island. Like, that's what he needs to do. He needs
Rainbow Island. Isn't that a game?
It is. It's a Sakamoto joint that was on Japan only. And it's on the Wii, and it's a Sakamoto game, and he needs to go work on that because clearly he doesn't know what the fuck he's doing with Metroid. Just won a Queen's Blood match by 1 point. Ha. Queen's Blood match.
What's a Queen's Blood match?
I don't know. We're too drunk to suss that out. Can you elaborate?
Who said that?
Nishant said that. What is Queen's Blood match? Kind of curious what that is. It's probably referencing some kind of a game. I'm guessing maybe Rebirth. I'm guessing.
Maybe. Queen's Blood match. I've never heard of that.
We'll find out. We'll find out
more. It sounds like a New York thing.
Nishant's going to definitely. So Upper Nimbus says a woman who fights is one of the most attractive features. Yeah, I'm inclined to agree with that. That's why I date who I date. So, to be fair, she's into MMA for sure. So yeah.
Shout out to my wife. She could fucking kick my ass at any moment, which is why. Fuck with her. She will whoop my candy ass.
Yeah. And what's funny is like like she's always like incorporating other shit now. Like now she's like talking about like oh, like, check out these kicks from I can't even pronounce the fucking martial arts capoeira or something like that.
Oh my gosh, she's doing the Eddie Gordo, Christy Montiero shit from Tekken, dude.
Whatever the fuck that is, but yeah, it's not really in terms of fighting because she says it's actually not a very it's not the greatest.
Dance.
Yeah, it's more flashy, but in terms of like momentum, there's things you can learn from that style about like the momentum of carrying your kicks over from one to the other, and that's why she's
You've
kind
never
of
played
studying.
Tekken?
No,
Played
no,
Tekken before?
I hear some good stuff about Tekken
Oh my god, dude, you're missing out. That's one of the best fighting games
now.
of all
Okay,
time. All right, okay, yeah. So there's a character in there, two characters actually, in some of the
okay,
games that actually specialize in capoeira, and
capoeira.
it's
There it is.
based
That's how you. That's it. Capoeira. That's it.
breakdance. They are some of the most used OP characters of all time
Okay.
because it's hard to read those moves, and you get your ass kicked pretty easy.
Now her
Tekken
main
fans know what I'm talking about.
no her main jam is jujitsu, boxing, and then like the and then some kind of karate. I don't know what. There's a specific one. Well, that's her main jam.
Damn.
But the jujitsu's rough. Like spider guards are fucking rough. Don't recommend. Do not recommend. Like you ever do a jujitsu roll, you get caught in a fucking spider guard. Like it's all you can do to just keep your fucking up without you. You just hang there like a fucking meat puppet. Like until you fall over and then they fucking choke you out. But yeah, no,
Sounds brutal.
but yeah, Upper Nimbus, yeah, definitely definitely something attractive about a girl who can kick the shit out
Oh yeah, Dami Mommy for the
of you.
win, baby.
Call it the masochist in me, I guess. I don't know. So
Yeah,
I think you're right there.
same.
So Nishot does confirm FF7 Rebirth minigame. Yes.
Ah, okay. So
Yeah.
I'm on a remake. We were talking about this earlier. I'm at remake right now. Haven't gotten to Rebirth. Not familiar too much with the mini games in the original Final Fantasy VII. I'll get to it.
I'm guessing it might be
So,
at the Golden Saucer. That's where all the minigame shit happened in the OG game.
yeah, I think so
So
too.
so there's my Final Fantasy VII. So yeah, go back to Final Fantasy VII real quick. So there was my experience, and by the way, can you believe that? So keep in mind my last before I got back into gaming. The last game I had played in the Final Fantasy series was 6. High
Good way to
fucking
go out.
great way to go out because again I didn't know. So then I got my PS3 for Demons and Dark Souls, and I'm like, oh shit, I can play Final Fantasy again. And I played. So I went from Final Fantasy 6 to that's one of my favorites of all time, too. Right there, that game right there.
Funny that you mentioned Dark Souls because I'm in a collab with Inferno Fox Gaming
Yeah, no, Inferno Fox, friend of the channel, love that guy.
that I just filmed right before this podcast about Souls games.
Dark
So
Souls,
be on the lookout on his
Dark
channel for
Souls
that.
is absolutely, yeah, Dark Souls is probably it's certainly the most influential game of this generation of the last 20 years.
Of the seventh generation. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it even reverberates past that. Yeah, I mean, it's absolutely and yeah. Demon Souls I
Mm-hmm.
love, but Dark Souls is what cemented it for me. The lore, how deep the lore goes, how everybody's
Never
fucking
played
lying to
Demon
you.
Souls.
Oh, dude, Demon Souls is good. Demon Souls on PS3 is good. I don't know what the fuck that fucking butcher job is on the PS5 is, where they fucking
Oh,
where they
you didn't
rip
like
the
it?
goddamn music out and vomited it back at you. And it's nothing. It just
Mm,
feels like a different game, and it's no game highlights the importance of music like the Demon Souls remake. I will say that. Holy shit, that soundtrack.
can I ask you a question since we're on the topic?
Yeah.
With the can of worms. Hopefully, we get to the shmups before this is over.
Oh, we
For
definitely.
Sugar Rush.
I promise we're gonna get to the shmups. I won't leave this without the shmups. We can be here till fucking 3 a.m. in
Because
the
I got
morning.
a lot to talk about with that genre. Anyways,
Yeah.
so we're talking about Souls games. My history with Souls games was Dark Souls 1, Dark Souls 2. I heard about Demon Souls because I worked at GameStop and my coworker Wilbur kept saying, "You gotta play Demon Souls, man. Demon Souls is the shit." And I'm like, maybe. Then Dark Souls came out and I was like, I'll try that. Dark Souls 2, I like Dark Souls 2,
I do
despite a lot
too.
of people
I
saying,
do too, buddy.
dude, Majula
It's still the most
soundtrack.
beautiful. Yes, that theme is in my head forever.
Dude, when I'm having a bad day, I listen to the ambience of Majula.
Oh, it's such a good
Depressed.
song. Yep.
Dark Souls 2, Dark Souls 3 I got into, but it got to a point where I couldn't progress any further.
I'm the
And you know
same
where that
way.
is?
I'm the same way, buddy.
Had to get to Anarlando.
Hmm.
Got to Anarlando and I couldn't progress.
I mean, I beat it. I mean, I beat the Soul Ascender, but I mean, I beat the whole
Shit,
game. But
dude.
I don't feel like I'm also in your camp where I don't feel like 3 is as strong as 2. I know people had
I feel
problems with 2, but 2 was. I love how open 2 was. Like you could just go in any
yeah.
fucking direction.
And then you could like fast travel to anywhere too.
Well, I
It
kind of think,
wasn't so much interconnected.
yeah,
It was like
it was its own
vast.
thing, and it tried to be its own thing, and I respect the shit out of that. Whereas Dark
Mhm.
Souls 3 was more like, hey, here's more of Dark Souls 1.
Right.
Also, Dark Souls 3, I will never forgive Dark Souls 3 because Dark Souls 3 is where the lore really became incoherent to me.
Yeah, I kind of
The
my
I
audio has changed,
No,
by
it's
the
fine.
way.
It's fine.
I can't tell because I had to remove one of the AirPods because it died on me. So if both die, I'll go through speakerphone. I apologize in advance.
No, you're good.
So like I never really followed along with the stories because you really have to go dig deep into the stories
Oh,
for
I
those
was
games.
obsessed with 1 and I was obsessed with 2, and it tapered off in 3. So that's kind of how I gauge it. It's like, man, I just wasn't feeling it as much. Dark Souls 2 was interesting because it happened millennia afterwards. Millennia afterwards. Dark
Mm-hmm.
Souls 3 does some very interesting things with the lore, but I feel like it also overcomplicates the lore and kind of breaks the lore of the past 2 games. And I hate that because, and part of that's my fault. Like, that's not a failure of Dark Souls 3. Part of that's on me
Mm-hmm.
because I was looking for some grand unified narrative. Anytime you look for a grand unified narrative in fucking anything, you're going to be disappointed. And maybe that's my fault, right?
Mm-hmm.
Certainly, I think mechanically, Dark Souls 3 is probably the best of the 3 mechanically, as far as a game goes. That's
Okay.
where Dark Souls
Oh
2 had some real failings, but I don't play Dark
yeah,
Souls
Dark
3
Souls
for the
2 failed
mechanics.
a
I'm not a
bit.
multiplayer guy. I don't play it for the mechanics. I play it for the world building. I play any
You,
games, whether it's Morrowind or Star Control or Mario, believe it or not, or Zelda. I play for the world. I play for that
right.
fucking sandbox, man. Chill,
Mm-hmm.
what's going on? Got another guy coming in, coming in hot, coming in late. What's going
Who we
on,
got in
Chill?
there?
Thanks for coming
Chill
in, man.
collects.
Chill collects.
Who's in? Chill. What's up, Chill
Yeah,
collects?
Chill collects. Future Liquored Up live guest as well. Nishant, you too, whoever you are, future guest.
Ooh,
And, 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 and Brooke, I don't know if Brooke creates content, but Brooke, you're always welcome on. I talk to anybody. You don't have to be a content creator. So, Brooke, you want to come on? Come talk to me. We'll talk about 90s anime. We'll talk about Morrowind. Fuck, I'll talk your ear off about whatever the fuck you want to talk about. So, anybody. I talk to anybody. So,
Zoo. Did Did you play Bloodborne?
play what?
Play Bloodborne.
I did. I started Bloodborne, but I had to give the PS5 back. Yeah, I had to give the PS5 back because he wanted to play Jedi Survivor.
Ah,
I'm gonna
you
finish it,
need
and
to play
I loved what I played, man. I loved what I played.
Bloodborne is the only one of the From Software Souls games that I actually saw to the end.
Nishant says, "I wonder who I am too. I know I'm not some internet ghost though. Maybe I'm a Xenoblade fan. Oh, okay, yeah, okay, smart
Nishquick.
ass. Okay, smart
That's
ass.
Nishquick.
Yeah, that's fucking Nishquick.
That's definitely got to be
That,
Nishquickie.
that's fucking Nish. Okay, so yeah, we gotta get you back on too, Nish, because I'm still writing that Xeno 2 review. and I'm getting ready as soon as I finish Crossbell. The next big RPG I'm starting, Xenoblade Chronicles 3. So eventually, when I get my fucking lazy ass back to actual content creation, and doing the reviews I promised everybody, Xenoblade 3 is in that docket. But yeah, I've almost finished. Like literally, I'm on the final draft of the Xenoblade 2 review. Final draft. I need to play Gimmick. Yeah, I'm gonna play Gimmick for you. Now this won't be the first time I played Gimmick. I played Gimmick a long time ago on a reproduction cartridge.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. And also there's also channel incentive to do a Xenoblade. I think my Xenoblade review to this day, either that or the Kirby, I'd have to look, but I think the Xenoblade might be my top review so far.
Okay.
People love the shit out of that. Yes, Chill, you definitely need to finish Xenoblade. And Upper Nimbus, I'll always be there for anything Xenoblade. 100%. Best game on the Switch? Best game on the Switch.
That's a hot take right
there.
That's
I don't know. I wouldn't call it a hot take because it's definitely Xenoblade 3 can absolutely be considered in that category for sure.
Well, I've never played Xenoblade 3. I've only played Xenoblade 2.
Xenoblade 2 is also very good.
It's top 5 for me.
I hear
top
mechanically 3 fixes a lot of what's wrong with 1 and 2. Is why I would say 3. So in terms of the total package, maybe 3. I don't know, Nish. You played all 3. Correct me on that. Would you consider 2? 2's my favorite story so far. 2 is easily my favorite story.
Best characters.
Yes.
I got my Pyra statue up here with that beautiful sword that she has. I can't take her down right now because Donkey Kong will fall. Maybe we should knock Donkey Kong over. What do you think?
You can fucking throw Donkey across the fucking room for as much grief as he's fucking giving me playing Mario Kart 8. Piece of shit. 2 has some strengths over 3. Though. I was going to say, like, you sold me on getting back into 2. So, yeah, 3 being your favorite is strong fucking praise. And I have a video planned about the idea of how each of the games could be considered the best. Yeah, I'll have to check that out. I'm trying to go dark on some of the Final Fantasy content. But I'm going back and watching some of your Xenoblade videos now that I've finished 2. And you've got some great insights into that series, homie. I'm loving the shit out of some of your older content. And 1 is also
that's Nishquik?
Yeah, that's Nishquik. Yeah, it's Nishquik. Yeah, he's from.
It's like Nishquik. I think I was watching your podcast at the time, but when you guys started talking Xenoblade, I had to bounce because it was just like, okay, we're getting into spoiler territory. I've only played the second one.
Well, but I can vouch. I'm telling you. Well, I'll bounce if I get any vibes from 3. I'll definitely bounce out Nish for sure. But in terms of once you play Xenoblade, go back and watch all of Nish's shit on Xenoblade. All of it. It's all good. It's all really good stuff. Great insights. And like I'll watch some of the old like Nish lore stuff on Xenoblade. I'll be like, oh shit, I never even saw that. But yeah. And then Nish says, Cesar, you should try 1, especially with how 2 ends, it'll hit hard. Yeah. Yeah.
I have the definitive edition of 1.
The definitive edition was good.
I have maybe like 3 hours into it, but I stopped playing it. And then I never got 3 when it came out. I have to return to the series. But right now my focus in RPG wise is Final Fantasy Remake. So once I get through that, I get through Rebirth, I'll return to Xenoblade Chronicles 1. Definitive edition. Definitely for sure. Because I want to play 3, and I heard so much good about Future Redeemed, especially since it involves characters from Xenoblade 2.
Mm-hmm.
So much I gotta do.
That's the other thing. Like Future Redeemed makes me so fucking mad because Future Redeemed doesn't look like it's gonna get a physical release at all, whether on the cart with Xenoblade 3 or on its own cart, which means I never get to play Xenoblade Chronicles 3. That's what that fucking means.
Oh, come on, Zoo.
It doesn't exist. It doesn't exist.
It doesn't. Like Alan Wake 2 doesn't.
Do you know how fucking sad it is to live in a world where Xenoblade Future Redeemed doesn't exist? I'm gonna let Nish ponder that one. Yeah, Future Redeemed is one of the best gaming experiences I've ever had. Yeah, if only it was a real game. It makes me so sad that Future Redeemed is a hallucination. Because it could be an amazing fucking game. And then Nish says, 7 Remake is good. Believe me when I tell you, Rebirth is everything good Remake does, but even better. So I was talking about this earlier, Nish. So tell me a little bit about this. So one of my concerns with with Rebirth, not Remake. Remake is everything I fucking want in a Final Fantasy VII game, because I told Cesar the most interesting part to me of Final Fantasy VII is Midgar. And as soon as I got the fuck out of Midgar, by the time I got to the Tomb of the Ancients or the Palace of the Ancients, I fell the fuck off Final Fantasy VII. I need to finish it for my review. But it just seemed like once you got out of Midgar, which was a really interesting place, okay, I've played Final Fantasy VI, and now this feels like any other Final Fantasy game, except 6 is fucking better. Like, that's what it felt like to me. And that's the problem. That's the problem with Final Fantasy VI being as good as it goddamn is. I just feel like Midgar was the most interesting thing in that game. So you're the complete opposite. Okay. So you hated Midgar. Oh, you hate. Okay. So how did you hate Midgar? Like, for what reason? I'm not saying you're wrong. I want to unpack that a little bit. I want to hear the case against Midgar.
And remember, it's okay to be wrong.
It's always okay to be wrong, whether I'm wrong or whether he's. It's always okay. I don't think anybody can be wrong here, though. I think this is just preference.
Totally.
Yeah, I don't think anybody's wrong here. But I do want to hear. I do want to hear about the hate Midgar. So stick a pin in that when you get your thing typed up. I will read that out for sure. So Future Redeemed is one of the best. I want to. Makes me sad. Get that off. Makes me sad.
Let's not talk about it.
Yeah. Man, Nintendo, you fucks. Put Future Redeemed on a cartridge. Do it for me. I bought like 400. I paid you so much goddamn money, Nintendo. Do it for me. I've made you rich this generation, Nintendo. Single-handedly. It's too claustrophobic, plus all the great lore and story stuff happens in the later points. Black Materia, Holy, Junon. Oh, Junon did happen. I forgot about Junon. See? Junon was pretty cool. That's where you have the parade and shit, right? And Sephiroth backstory, Nibelheim, all of that is better than anything in Midgar. Okay. Well, man, I need to give it another chance with that in mind, because I really do need to play it. I'm going to play it from the beginning again, basically. But in the original game, you only spend like 5 hours in fucking Midgar, and you get a full game of it in remake. So
was Junon where the parade happened for Rufus Shinra?
Yeah, Junon is where they had the military parade that you had to move to the right beat. Yeah, now it's coming back to me now. Yeah, now it's all coming back to me. You also have like the little fucking strategy game where you beat all like the fucking monsters on the hill and shit. Like, yeah, okay, it's coming back to me now. Okay.
I remember falling asleep at that part. My father was on the computer, like right next to me, and he's just like, "The song keeps playing on loop. Can you either turn it off or not?" And I'm just like, "Huh?" In the background, it's just and everybody's marching down the street like on this roof, and it was great. I love that freaking
all right.
scene.
So maybe there is some good shit in outside mid. Okay, all right. You know what? It's okay to be wrong. I might be wrong on that. So yeah, Junon was pretty OP. Not gonna lie, Junon was pretty OP. No, now it's stuck. God damn it! Now it's stuck. Now it'll never fucking leave. God, fuck.
The Rufus Shinra theme.
So shoot 'em up.
It's stuck in my head.
So shoot 'em up.
Oh, let's finish. Yeah, let's go, man.
Oh, I'm not promising that's going to finish us, but we're going to talk about shoot 'em ups.
I'm not saying it is.
Yeah. So now with shmups,
for Rush Dog, baby.
For Rush Dog, and also for me because so you recently got into the shmup genre, right? And so I got a channel for you, and Rush Dog will know this channel well. If you think I'm fucking opinionated on video game design, wait till you see this motherfucker. This is a
Who's that?
future guest of the show, and his name is the Electric Underground. This is the name of the channel.
I think I've heard of that channel
Yeah.
before. Electric Underground.
Yeah, he doesn't know it yet, but he's coming on the show. I'm making him come on the show.
Is he shoot 'em up like fan?
He
like,
is the arcade gameplay shoot 'em up guy. That's why he's going to come on the show. He doesn't even know who the fuck I am, but he's a future guest of the show.
I've probably watched some of his reviews.
If I got a direct, he just did
recently.
one on the Ghouls and Ghost remake, and how it's not clunky game design, and he's fantastic, man. He also did the video about how Final Fantasy IV, or not Final, how Resident Evil 4 remake is no masterpiece. He did that review. So that guy has some fucking nuclear takes. You think I'm opinionated with my 3D
That's a
Mario
nuclear
shit?
take, man. I like that freaking remake.
He hates that fucking remake.
Why? He hates it?
He hates that fucking remake. Watch his
I'm
video.
about to throw a hand.
Yeah, no, watch his video, man. It's a compelling. Here's the thing. He makes a compelling argument. He does.
And hey, that's totally fine. I mean, he's not wrong.
I've never played the remake, so I don't know. I can't say.
I just finished it this
and you
past
loved
month.
it. You said you loved the shit out of it. So
I love the shit out of it.
Okay, awesome.
I feel it replaces the original. No, I feel that it's one of those remakes that can exist with its original,
like Final Fantasy VII.
Exactly. Well, that's a different situation because
I feel like they complement each other really well, from what I've heard.
From what I heard and from what I've played, you need to play the original.
Really? Oh, so I've heard the opposite of that. Okay.
No. You should play the original.
Well, I'm really glad you said that, because I was literally thinking, honest to God, about a PS5 to play the new Final Fantasy games.
Let me just say, and I don't want to spoil anything, and I'm not spoiling anything.
No, of course not.
Them calling it remake is what Surge Man X and I would call a troll move.
Interesting. Okay.
Play the original.
On that note, please entertain the chat. Nature calls, and I cannot hold back any longer. So.
Okay, let me open up the chat then.
Yeah. If you want to open up the chat, entertain the chat. I'm gonna go for a minute, and then I will be back.
Okay.
And then I'll trust you to the chat, and the chat is in great fucking hands. I'll be back.
Okay, hopefully this still works. Sorry guys if I look fatter than usual. It's because all my AirPods are dying. Holy shit, this is not good. Oh! Hang on. I'm sorry, chat. I'm using technology right now. Okay. Let me get myself on speaker. Can anybody even hear me at this point? Dear chat, can anybody hear me? Oh, this is bad. I can't even see the chat. Oh, shit. Okay, where's the chat? Let me open up the chat. Hang on, everybody. This is bad. Why did he leave me? Oh my god, all our viewers are gonna be gone. How does this work? I hate Discord. Okay. Am I on speaker? I should be on speaker. I'm on speaker now. I think I see the chat. No, that's just Zoo. That's not everybody else, though. Dear chat, I apologize. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm an old man at this point, and I can't see Jack. All I see is the chat between me and Zoo, which is private, and I can't tell what everybody's doing right now.
I'm back, and I will go ahead and it's okay, but you did a good job.
I don't know what the hell I'm doing anymore.
No, you're good. You're good. You can't be doing any fucking worse than I usually do. All right, so let's
It was
catch up real quick while we're here, because let's see. Playing FF Rebirth at Belmont. Belmont says, nice, I'm going to be playing some Mega Man X after I get... Oh, dude. Dude, Mega Man X. That is a perfect game. That's
the
a
Mad
perfect...
Belmont just dropped a video, by the way,
The Mega Man...
about Mega Man.
Yes.
I'm not a Mega Man fan. So,
not a Mega Man fan at all, huh?
well, how's my audio quality, by the way? Because I'm doing this off AirPods. So
Yeah, no, you're good. I can
okay,
make you a Mega Man fan with one album, homie.
okay, hang on.
We're gonna listen to the Proto Man, you and me in Discord. Probably not now because that's indulgent, but we're gonna listen to the Proto Man, Act 1 and 2. You and me sometime together, sometime.
Okay, like it's not that I'm not a Mega Man fan. I respect Mega Man. It's just that I didn't play them growing up. So when I got to Mega Man, it was already at the Battle Network series, and that's where I got into Mega Man, which isn't Mega Man in the traditional sense.
Ew.
If you think about it.
I mean, not that they're bad games. Not that they're bad games, but no, I love Mega Man X and Mega Man 3 are peak.
Surgeman X is the Mega Man fan. He's like the Mega Man guy between the both of us. So
ooh, okay, good. That's good to know.
I mean, look at his logo. I made his logo based off the whole Mega Man X logo. So
gotcha. All right, now looking here. Chill
Mega Man.
X, just chilling, pun intended. Zoo, did you not vibe with 16? I did not vibe with 16, and it was a story more than gameplay. Gameplay was fine. I make it a point to tell people Final Fantasy 16 is a perfectly fine game, but I didn't like the Yes Massa shit that your character was basically going through, where you're being treated like fucking hammered shit. You're being treated like you rolled in something fucking smelly by every one of these lazy, stupid motherfuckers that couldn't even exist without you in this goddamn world. The whole goddamn world revolves around fucking magic, and everywhere you go, you're being spat on and kicked and treated like a fucking dog. And it's like, no, there's one guy, it's like, you get out there and you kill those fucking monsters and you make sure you get it done right. And you're like, oh, I can't let the monsters kill the people. Really? You can't let the monsters kill this fucking guy? Like, I don't care. I hate that world. I hope everybody in that world fucking dies. That's how bad I hated the people in that world. I wanted to be the villain that ended that world. I didn't want to save that world. I think that world was full of the most awful people I've ever seen in my life. Like, it's worse than Game of Thrones. There was nobody in Final Fantasy 16 I could identify with. Nobody.
Nobody redeemable in that game.
Maybe I needed more time with it. But from what I played, and then on top of that, like, if Brandon's telling the truth about the story being like, shaking your fist at the gamers and you're the reason we can't move on, fuck off. Fuck off. We're the ones with the money, asshole. We tell you what to make. You don't get to tell us what you want us to play. We tell you what to make.
I would see Final Fantasy 16, like the trailers and everything, and I'm like, this world looks like nothing I want to be a part of.
They're awful people. I can't get over the fact that they're all awful people. They treat you like shit because you use magic, but they couldn't even grow their fucking food without magic, Cesar.
Why do I want to experience what I experienced in the real world in a video game? You know what I'm saying?
Well, don't take my word for it. That's one very jaded fucking thing. Like, everybody should come to their own conclusion if they can.
I'll never play 16 because like I said, I'm not a big Final Fantasy guy to begin with. And if I'm going to play a Final Fantasy after 7, it's going to be 6.
6.
It's going to be 6.
And I hear 9. Everybody screams 9 at me.
I actually have 9 on the PS1. I got it in the claim sale because I played a bit of it, and I like the characters in this one, and I like the gameplay.
Yeah, claim sales. That's where I ran into you at. Initially was your claim sales videos.
Thank you.
That's actually the first videos I watched with you. In fact, you might have been the first one of this this loosely affiliated group that people have here. You might have been one of the first, right along with Jay and Brandon, that I watched. No shit. That was before I even fucking made content. I hadn't been on YouTube for years when that happened. It'd been
Yeah,
years since I'd been on YouTube.
I'm the claim sale guy. I'm the big proponent to claim sale guy.
So Nishant then says, yeah, Cesar, more than a remake, and then Zoo, you need to play the OG. I will. It's on the list.
I feel that it's like necessary reading at this point. If you're gonna play remake, you have to play the original. Otherwise, the beats of remake are not gonna make as much sense from what I've played. And I've only played up to like 10 hours into remake. So do it.
So Nemper Nimbus says you look beautiful. That was when you were entertaining. So yeah, you're very popular. Very popular, Belmont. Or not Belmont, but Caesar. I'm so drunk. Yeah, we can hear you, brother. Nisha says, yeah, we can hear you. Yes, we can hear you. And then Mandy, hey, what's up, Mandy? Welcome,
Hi, Mandy!
welcome to Late Night Liquored Up. How you doing? How are you and Tony?
I got something for her.
Oh, okay. Caesar's got something for you, Mandy.
Oh, I gotta show her something that I know she's gonna appreciate.
What do you got?
And that's the Ace Attorney games, because she's my Ace Attorney sister.
Yep, Ace Attorney is on the list. I will play Ace Attorney at some point this year, one of the Ace Attorney games on the Switch.
You better play it.
I'm going to. I will do that. It's going to happen this year. It's one of the things I want to cross off my backlog. So people, welcome in Mandy.
Mandy.
Hey, Game of Thronesified Final Fantasy was 16. Did someone say Final Fantasy 9? Kaiser, what's up? I did. Yeah, I said that's one that everybody screams at me that I need to play because I always hold up 6. And I have more people than you would think that say, hey, 6 is amazing. But have you played 9? Which leads the unsaid assumption that they consider 9 to be better than 6. And that fascinates me, and that intrigues the shit out of me. They don't even do that with 7. Not honestly. Not many people will honestly look you in your shit and say 7 is a better game than 6. They might like it, or it might resonate more emotionally with them than 6. But in terms of saying, like, when you can look me dead in my shit and say 9 is a better game than 6, I don't think there's another Final Fantasy people actually do that with. It's 6 and it's 9.
I feel a lot of people's entry point was 7.
Well, the entry point was 7, but I don't meet that many people who can tell me with honest poker face that they like 7 better than 9 or 6. 9 or 6 seem to be the agreed upon best in the series, the bests.
Even more than 7? 9? Better
9,
than 7?
I hear more praise for 9 than I do for OG7, yes. In terms of an overall game. Now, in terms of games people won't shut the fuck up about, no, it's 7 all day long. It'll always be 7. It'll be 7 more than 6.
You were forgetting about 10. Everybody, a lot of people like 10.
The only thing I think of 10, and it's unfair, and I'm going to play 10 for myself and hopefully alleviate this, is the fucking laugh mod, the Titus laugh mod, where you play the whole fucking game and everybody, the music is Titus's laughs.
Oh no! I've never seen this before. I have to see this though.
You've never seen this before?
It's a mod where the freaking laugh of the ha ha.
Yeah, no, like the opening, dude, the opening thing. I'm gonna try to do it. I can't do it justice, and I'm too fucking technically inept to put it on, and it's gonna cut you off if I do, and you won't be able to hear you.
I'm gonna look it up after.
Yeah, well, we'll watch it together before we get off. I'll pull it up in the Discord, but it's let me see if I can pull it up in the Discord real quick. So, okay, you know the opening theme of 10, the bum 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 bum.
Yeah.
Now imagine.
Yeah, it's like
ha 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 ha.
This is a.
That's the whole soundtrack, homie.
Oh my
and
God,
then every time Titus has dialogue, it's replaced with and you got like the little weenie dude in the glasses, and instead of talking, he's like and then it goes back to Titus.
I think you did it justice, bro.
And then even in the menu, it's
I gotta look this
to show you. I will show. I have such wonderful things to show you, Cesar. The Proto Men, the fucking Final Fantasy X Titus Laugh mod.
I'm never gonna play this game now.
And that's the problem.
That's
That's the problem I have. Is like ha 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 ha. Ow, ow, ow.
I've seen the scene many times already, and I can't fucking stand it because it's so bad. It's so bad, but I get it.
Yes.
A lot of people like Final Fantasy X.
And for good reason, I hear. But that will never leave my head. That the fucking the ha 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 soundtrack. Oh, it's amazing.
Mm.
Ha 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 ha.
Damn.
Okay, anyway, so I might get some heat for this, but I never played the original 7. Jill, I didn't either, buddy. Well, I did. I'm all the way up to the Tomb of the Ancients in Final Fantasy 7. So I would say I'm probably a third of the way through.
I would say, yeah.
Yeah.
Suggestion-wise, play the Switch version because you could fast forward through like the battles, I think.
Oh, fast forward is amazing on. Oh, I'm doing that with fucking the Trails games too now.
Yeah, that's like a godsend for people with limited time and adults like us. Like, play through those games if you can. Do the fast forward feature.
Okay. Chill Collects, I've recently played and beat Crisis Core though, and I loved it. Yeah, Crisis Core I hear is great.
I have to get that again.
Then you've got Upper Nimbus Bro from Nimbus Land and Super Mario RPG. Yes. Oh, Miss Mandia says love your collection. She loved your Attorney collection. Bro, I love Ace Attorney too, Upper Nimbus says. And then Matt Belmont, I have an Ace Attorney, peeps. You know what you guys should do? You guys should do a collab on Ace Attorney. You, Mandy, Nimbus. I'd watch the shit out of that once I get the games done. Like, that's how everybody seems to love fucking Ace Attorney. You guys should do a collab.
Fuck yeah, like favorite case from all the games.
Yeah, favorite case from all the games. I'd watch the shit out of that once I really need to get on Ace Attorney so I could watch that. I didn't
even think of that.
The Titus Laugh mod sounds amazing. That does it. That fucking does it. We're gonna get this going.
Oh my god, we're never gonna talk about shoot 'em ups.
We are gonna talk about we are gonna talk about shmups, but he's gonna have to fucking wait. That's what you get when you're not here.
Yeah, Rush Dog. God damn
if Rush Dog was here, he'd be commenting and we'd already be talking about it.
But we would have talked about it like an hour or two ago.
All right, so let's see here. So Final Fantasy FF10 Titus Laugh mod.
I got a special unboxing for the shoot 'em up fans, exclusive to Liquored Up and Live today. So, oh god, the alcohol is kicking in. Shit, I just dropped a bunch of.
Okay, we're gonna try to do this. Okay. So bear with me real quick because this is going to be a share within a share, guys. So this is going to be wild. This is going to be some Zoo can't fucking do technicals. You're all going to laugh at my technical ineptness? No, we don't want to turn on the fucking camera. Absolutely not. What the fuck did I almost do?
I want to see Zoo.
No. No, you don't.
See what the ghost really looks like.
No, you don't.
You'll always be a ghost to me.
Yeah, that's the right character. Okay, so we want to share
Ghost.
We want to share Titus Final Fantasy X playthroughs. We want to share that.
So god, it's coming up.
We're sharing within the share.
Oh shit!
Okay, I see it can you see it? Okay, chat, can you see this in the chat? Can you guys see this?
Please say yes.
If you can see this tab, we're doing this.
Come on, guys. Gals.
Yes, I think so. This. Okay. Here we go.
Okay, let's go. Oh no. Yes, please.
All right, we got to fast forward a little bit.
God, why? This is so bad. Oh, that sounds awful. Game is forever fucked for me now.
Can't hear it. Okay, we got to go. They can't hear it because. But you got it, Caesar.
Look at his face. I hate this guy.
Anyway, that's yeah. So okay, so they can't hear it. So but Caesar, you got it.
I can't fuck. I'll never be able to play that game. Seriously, bro. That game is forever ruined for me.
So no, it wasn't. It was enhanced. All righty, so we got
in the worst way possible.
Kaiser says, "Bro, I'm laughing. Yeah, it's amazing. You guys go look it up. Just type in Final Fantasy X Titus laugh mod, and you'll be able to see
there.
it.
That's up there with the Left 4 Dead Macho Man mods and
Oh
Skyrim
God, yes,
Macho Man
Skyrim
mods.
Macho Dragons. Yeah. By
So
the way,
good.
you got to see that they expanded that mod all across the storyline of Skyrim. So you have like the bandana Macho Man, and he's like the heel, and then Parthenax has the hat, or no, he has the bandana, and he's the good one, and then the one with the hat is the heel, and they like start spouting like heel Macho Man versus face Macho Man lines at each other, and it's fucking amazing.
You put your hands on Elizabeth.
Yeah. When the mega powers were formed.
Yeah.
Yeah. When the mega powers were formed. Yeah. But you girls up there with your poses. Yeah. And you made a big idiot out of yourself. Yeah. Fucking great stuff. So the Ace Attorney collab sounds like that's going to materialize. Count me the fuck in. Got to figure out who to host it on their channel. Fuck yeah. Okay. But they couldn't hear it, but yeah, definitely go seek that out. It's fucking amazing. Oh, by the way, now that you brought up Macho Man, another thing you need to see, Caesar, is Macho Emperor talks to Darth Vader about Luke Skywalker. Somebody, you know the Emperor when he's in the hologram and he's talking to Darth Vader, he's like, yeah, he comes in, yeah.
We have a new enemy.
Somebody traded him for Macho Man Randy Savage in that Miss Elizabeth era. It's like him talking to Hulk Hogan, but he's talking. So like, yeah, that's an amazing one.
Yeah, the internet, man, it has its high points, bro.
It absolutely does.
At.
Okay, so before we go here, because we're going on 3 hours, and I do have to work in the morning. Damn it. Or I could
We
do this
got to talk
forever.
shmup.
Shmups, yes. So shmups. So you've been getting into shmup. You've been getting into shmups recently, and
Yes.
I have a lifelong relationship with shmups. One of my first shmups was an amazing game called Life Force, and I
What
want to
was
know.
that on?
That was on the NES, and it's a Gradius spinoff, is what that is.
Does that have a snake on it? Like a cobra-looking snake on the
yeah,
front cover?
they
Was
all
it?
kind of do, yeah. But now your
Was it from
entry
Konami?
point was R-Type, right?
R-Type.
So tell me about R-Type. How the fuck did you get turned on into R-Type, and how did that happen?
Okay, so before we get to R-Type, you mentioned Life Force. I just realized
Salamander
I just claimed that. Yes, I just claimed that from a claim seller.
Dude, you're in for a fucking treat. It's a 2-player shmup on the NES, and you can play it multiplayer, 2-player. One of my favorite games on the whole goddamn system. And the soundtrack is just goated. The soundtrack is so fucking good.
You want? I can run down all the shmups I have for my next video.
Yeah,
regarding shmups.
Well, if you don't want to, that's up to you. I don't want to spoil your video, but if you want to kind of talk about them, I'm okay. Yeah,
Fuck it, dude. Let's go.
Let's fucking do it. Let's go.
This is like one of my most anticipated episodes to work on for plastic polygons. Is this right here? Dob Carrot Tops from R-Type.
Dude.
What got me interested in R-Type shmups in general? This guy is iconic.
That is one of the iconic bosses in the Bactrian Empire, yeah.
This is... Was it the Bactrian or the Bido?
Bido, and I'm thinking Bactrian for some reason, but maybe it's Bido. It's been long. I think it might be Bido. I think you might be right.
Okay. So Dob Carrot Tops. I always saw screenshots of R-Type, and you always see that boss fight. Iconic. So I remember claiming Super R-Type at some point out of curiosity because it was only like $5. And I was like, wait a minute, I remember this thing. It looks like a fucking xenomorph from Aliens.
Yep, exactly. It's literally what it basically is, yeah.
Basically what it is. So I dug up deeper into the storyline, and I was like, holy crap. The whole design behind the Bido Empire is H.R. Giger inspired.
It's H.R. Giger, yeah, they're like techno-fascist xenomorph aliens, yeah.
Right. All man-made, created, left in a different dimension, created as weapons, forgotten about, return for revenge for being abandoned. And I was like, this is amazing. This is more than a story I ever thought a shmup would have. So it sent me down a rabbit hole, bro. Like, I bought up shoot 'em ups that I can get because there's like, listen, you experience one, you just can't experience just one. I want to experience all different kinds of shmups now. So, but R-Type is like the one that I'm like really into, like in terms of like design, storyline, and music. Amazing, these games, and they're just shmups.
Well, people say that, but shmup is honestly one of the most pure gaming genres you can ever do. It's amazing.
So
when you're talking about shmups, so yeah, R-Type. My first R-Type was actually Super R-Type on the Super Nintendo, which was okay. Which was okay. And then if you can find it, very expensive nowadays. R-Type 3, the third Lightning. That's one way to
just do got it.
Break the tabs.
I had to do it this way.
Yeah, well, you have to because what is it, like $500? USA version.
It's ridiculously expensive. This was only like $50.
See, I've
still
got,
expensive.
I've got the US North America R-Type 3. I have it.
Nice.
I have it. But, I have UN Squadron. I've got Aero Fighters. I've got Aero Fighter. Don't even look up the price of Aero Fighters. You'll have a fucking heart attack.
Oh, okay.
Truxton is good. Truxton is really good, Belmont.
Oh, I heard Truxton was really good. I heard Truxton's like really hard to get though.
Truxton, well, I'm hoping for a re-release on the Switch eventually. I also want Battle Garega on the Switch. I really need Battle Garega on the Switch. Ikaruga is another shmup banger. Yeah. Yeah, Ikaruga's on the Switch. Very expensive now. I'll tell you, I have one that'll make you jelly on the Switch, Caesar. I have R-Type Dimensions. R-Type 1 and 2
Physically?
physically.
Oh, Zoo, come on, man. That's like a $200 game now. I have it digitally,
Uh-huh.
because I don't have it,
Yeah.
which means I don't technically have it, which is fine. But by the time I wanted to get it, it was already $200 on the
Well, it's
aftermarket.
also worth
And
mentioning that a shmup is tied for the most. Here's the rule for shmups, no matter what system you're playing it on. If you see a shmup you want, physically, you get it, because they
yeah,
will all be crazy later on. The entire shmup Switch library will be fucking crazy later on. Is
I
that?
got this one here.
Ooh, okay.
That's final. That's R-Type final.
R-Type 5. Do you have R-Type
Just
Delta? Do you have Delta? Okay. Ah, that's my favorite PS game. That's one I played. That's a PlayStation game I actually played.
So like this, I was gonna bring up last because it's like the holy grail in terms of shmups.
Yeah. Well, it's
This
not,
one
but
cost me. Well, this one cost me the most out of all of these.
right. No, there's
It's
some
ridiculous how
fucking
expensive it is.
stupid. Then you get the real snobs that say, we don't even care about your console ports. You need the PCB boards. You need the arcade PCB boards. That's arcade underground. That's
Ah,
electric underground. That's the kind of shit he does.
yeah.
And it's like, nah, fuck off. Like, this works for most people. It's awesome.
And I got R-Type Final 2, the European version, but I got the whole
It's a good game.
set, the Argolosa edition.
No, that's a good game.
Beat it. I played through it. By the way, all these games kick my ass.
Yeah, they will.
I never claimed to be any good at them. So
I'm
any
terrible shit
gameplay
at them.
you'll see on the future, I suck ass. So
So
like I said, I
Caesar,
started.
the thing to remember is hitboxes aren't necessarily. It's very
Yeah,
important. So your hitbox isn't necessarily your whole character sprite. So a good example, one of my
right.
favorite shmups, and I reviewed it on the channel. So if you like shmups, I currently have one shmup reviewed on my channel. It's Esprit de Sai. And I mentioned in that review that the hitbox is actually your character, your sprite's little. You have the little sprite, and the hitbox is actually your sprite's neck, like the neck area. That little tiny.
Interesting.
So you can move your character, and if the bullets touch your character, you're still
Did it graze
okay.
you?
As long it's called grazing, and that some shmups actually utilize grazing as a mechanic. But as
I think
long
Cotton does.
yes, but as long as you don't get hit directly in that hitbox, you're fine. Cotton, yep. Cotton are
Got
good.
these.
Cotton
I
are
just
good.
got these in the mail.
But we got to get you into the cave shmups, and Rush Dog will if he was here, he'd be screaming, "Yes!" I got to get you into the cave shmups. That's Death Smiles. That's Batsagun. That's that might be Toplon. But
Are those are more like the bullet hell ones, right? Where like the bullets.
that's Danmaku, baby.
Okay,
Bullet Hell.
that's like
Crimson Clover, World Explosion.
I got to get into those eventually, but I'm starting out like generally here with
Yeah,
like some of
let
the
me give
easier
you
ones. I got these two today. G
what's the
Darius HD,
yeah, and what's that?
Darius Burst.
Darius Burster. Darius is good. That's a good starting point. Also, look for it relatively cheap too. Sturmwind X, it's called. It's a shmup
What's
called
that on?
Sturmwind X. It's on
Is that
Switch.
on Switch?
Mm-hmm. Yep, I'll send you the
Okay.
link to that one. And it's a Euro shmup. Now, a lot of
Mm-hmm.
people get mad and they use Euro shmup with condescension, but Euro shmup is a good. Oh yeah, Tiger Heli,
I got Tiger Heli. I got Poppin' Twinbee
Poppin' Twinbee.
on Super Family.
Hell yeah, man.
Beautiful game, by the way. All the colors. All the colors.
Poppin' Twinbee literally pops. It pops for sure.
I got this one. Metal.
Is that Metal Warriors?
No, this is Biometal. I don't know if it's
Biometal. Okay.
called something else in Japanese.
Biometal. Okay, so there's a great story about Biometal. And sorry, guys, I got to show him this soundtrack. So here's the thing about Biometal. Biometal is one of my favorite Super Nintendo stories because Biometal has two soundtracks. It's got the shitty wannabe dot not 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 not. It's got that shitty soundtrack, which is on the North American version, and
which
then
is
it's
cheaper.
and then there's a reason for that. Because
Yeah.
let me load up another YouTube. And sorry guys, you're not going to be able to hear this. I have to show Cesar. I have to let Cesar listen to this fucking banger soundtrack. So we need Biometal, JP, OST.
While you're searching for that, I'll show the rest of these. I got Earth Defense Force on the Super Nintendo. This game is fucking hard. I don't know why I suck at it so bad, but it just does. I also have Abadox.
Oh,
on the
Abadox
NES.
is a really amazing, interesting shooter. It's a really interesting one. Abadox is great, dude.
I'm surprised this is even on the NES. Another one that you had mentioned, UN Squadrons, just came in yesterday.
UN Squadron. Yeah,
I'm looking forward to trying this one.
You're building a hell of a fucking collection, homie.
And then I have Japanese version of Axelay.
Axelay is awesome. Axelay might be one of the best shooters on the SNES. Axelay is really, really good. Really good. Okay, so I'm going to share screen here.
Share it.
Biometal Japan. Now, you guys won't be able to hear this soundtrack, but trust me when I say, if you want to sing along with the stream, go look up if you have access to YouTube. Open up another window and type in Biometal JP. That's all you got to type in, and you'll find what we're going to be jamming out to for a couple minutes here. But anyway, let's see. Share the screen. Make sure that.
I hope there's people still in the watching.
Oh,
we've been going on so long.
Oh no, yeah, we got a few people still here, and if not, that's okay.
We're sticking with us, guys.
If not, we're okay. We're getting fucked up drunk. We're gonna talk some shit. So here we go. Ready? You're not ready for this. Are you ready for this?
I'm ready for this.
You're not ready for this. Here we go.
Are you ready for this? I'm not hearing anything right now.
You're not hearing anything. Okay. Wow.
Like I heard something and then it cut off. Maybe try it again.
Yeah, let's try it again.
Oh, maybe if I press watch stream.
Did you hear it?
Okay. Yeah, I'm watching it now.
Can you hear it?
Yeah, I hear it.
Okay, awesome.
Oh wow, that's the Japanese soundtrack.
That's a fucking banger of a soundtrack. Yes.
Why did they change it?
Because they're fucking idiots. They're fucking idiots.
Oh,
that's why.
That's so good. I think they butchered the story in the American version, didn't they?
Yes. They butchered everything. The American version.
I mean, the gameplay's still the same.
Gameplay's fine, yeah.
Yeah. So, which is what I mainly got it for, anyways.
But man, that is a banger of a soundtrack.
That sounds good. Hell, like even the American version is, for its time, kind of nostalgic in a way too, because that those were like '90s hits. But this is where it's at. Yeah, this is much better.
Well, now what I will tell you is, now I'm seeing some shoot 'em up cardinal sins on this, by the way. So you'll notice that they're only one ship at a time. There's not a lot of projectiles or shit. Look at one ship. Now watch how much downtime here. Look at that downtime. Way too much fucking downtime.
Yeah. I think they're playing on easy or something.
I would hope so, because that's too much. Well, it's a boss.
Right. Because I can't get past this boss.
This one here?
This guy's kicking my ass right now.
Listen to the soundtrack.
It's good. Whoa, that they got to be playing on easy. It was not that easy when I tried it.
No, that's ridiculous. Now listen to the stage 2. We'll listen to a little bit more stage 2, and then we'll get back to it. But I want you to hear.
Oh man, that's
It's a beast.
shmup music and shmups are so good, man.
Well, it dun, 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 dun. Yeah,
I mean, yeah, this is way better than that. This
and
is original, it fits the mood.
they absolutely should have kept that original soundtrack. Yeah,
They should have. I don't
yeah,
know why they
homie.
changed it,
Yeah,
but
you feel like you're in a desperate fight for fucking humanity's survival in that fucking soundtrack. I don't know what the fucking. You feel like you're in like a fucking basketball game or a football game or some shit,
I felt like I
playing
was playing
Biometal
Space
North
Jam or
America.
something.
Yeah, Space Jam. Yeah, yeah, fucking ridiculous. So Biometal, one of the most goated soundtracks. JP Biometal, one of the most goated soundtracks in gaming history, bar none. I will argue that with anybody. Up there with the
And I got one last thing to share off. With shmups, I just got into today. It was kind of an impulse buy, but holy crap! I saw this on Amazon from Strictly Limited,
Oh shit! Okay.
and I never bought from Strictly Limited before. But when I saw the price compared to how much it was selling on Amazon, look at this Cotton Saturn
Ooh,
Tribute.
Saturn Tribute. That's got
So
some of the more expensive cotton games ever produced.
right, the Saturn ones that I'll never be able to afford.
Oh, me
So it's
neither.
got Cotton
Me
2,
neither. Like, ain't no way I'm paying that.
Boomerang, and Guardian Force.
Guardian Force is an interesting game.
So I've heard. I heard these had like lag issues, but it's since been patched since then.
Well, yeah, and you know how I am with
Oh,
patches, but at the same time, the only people who really
right,
talk about shooter lag are your really super snobs. There's a certain
right.
amount of lag that most people won't even fucking notice. Now, there are some lag. Now,
I probably won't notice.
that one in particular had some pretty rough lag. But
Yeah.
basically, anything by M2 or the Shot Triggers team in particular.
Hmm.
So, and that's one of the Rush Dog's going to be screaming. It's um is the oh, I'm too drunk. It's oh god, I'm drawing a blank. What is it? It's a cave shoot 'em up. Dodon Pachi. That's it.
Dodon Pachi, right? I've heard of that.
Yeah, Dodon Pachi. In particular, Dodon Pachi. Dio Joe is the one. That's the Blissful Death is in North American.
Hmm.
That's the one. That's the
So
absolute. Yeah, it's DOJ is what it's affectionately known as in the shmup community.
I
DOJ is you have to get that for the Switch. You have to get that M2 port for the Switch. You have to.
it got ported.
Yeah, it's
Like
on the
there's a
Switch. It's on
physical.
PlayAsia, and I would get it while you can because I ended up having to
Okay.
pay $100 for Esprit Sai because I missed the boat on it and it was
Hmm.
sold out on PlayAsia. I had to pay $100 for
Okay.
that game.
Jesus
Anytime you see a
Christ.
shoot 'em up come out, get the shoot. If the moment you can afford to buy the shmup, you get the shmup.
Yeah. I'm
That's
doing. That's
it's
what I'm doing now for
there's
sure.
there's two genres, and it's horror games and shmups.
Horror and shmups. Yeah,
If you
exactly.
want it, get it. I don't care how crappy it seems. If you're remotely interested in horror games or shmup games, you have to get it.
The
Speaking,
cool thing about this set
yeah.
is that it comes with this.
Oh, nice. Okay, that's fucking awesome.
So expect to see this at some point in a Plastic Polygons episode where I
Yes.
cover. I saw this and I was like, this is an opportunity too good to pass up. Yes, it's been released maybe like a year or two ago, but I don't give a damn. It's more content for my channel and I can't wait to cover it. So, yep, shmups, baby.
All right. See, we'll check the chat real quick. See if there's any questions. It doesn't look like it. So, yeah, we've gone 3 hours. So you've gone the distance with some of the most epic of these streams. I think at this point we're gonna have to cut it here. We will have to do a round 4 100% because there's just always more
Oh
to talk
yeah.
about. I
Oh yeah.
guess I always like to do this. So kind of a last chance to kind of prolong it into further rounds. But any questions for me, Cesar? I've been giving you questions all. Well, this hasn't been really questions, but it's been a great back and forth. Again, that kind of happens by the time you get to round 3. You don't really question each other, just going back and forth.
All right, favorite shmup.
But my favorite shmup?
Yes. Off the top of your head.
I have to stick with gotta stick with and Rush Dog would disagree with this, but it's my answer, damn it. I am still to this day partial to 2 shooters, to 2 shmups. One is going to be Life Force, and the other is going to be UN Squadron. Are my favorite shmups.
Well, cool. I got one now, and I'm getting the other one soon. So.
Now, if you were to ask me for the best shmups, Battle Garega, DOJ.
DOJ. Don Pachi, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
Don Pachi, DOJ.
What about Delta? You don't include Delta in that?
Which one?
R-Type Delta?
Not as good. No, not even close, homie. Not even close.
Wow. Okay. So I have
close.
A measuring stick now. Okay, cool.
Yeah, there's Battle Garega, and there's Dodon Pachi, DOJ, and there's.
It's amazing how many shmups there are.
And there's everything else, man. It's like Final Fantasy. There's Final Fantasy 6, and there's everything else.
Everything else.
Yeah, it's not. Gotcha. Some games are just on their own plane of existence. To quote old Roman Reigns, there's just greatness on another level sometimes.
Acknowledge me.
Yeah, except have to jab old good old Roman though. Except I will say this: DOJ doesn't need another fucking shmup coming in with a chair to fucking win its title every goddamn time. So.
Yeah, I know. Interference.
You know it's bullshit, Roman. You know it's bullshit. And what sucks is that guy. You can win. That guy can win clean. He absolutely can.
Oh yeah, 100%.
He's proven that. Win. You come in and beat 30. The fuck out of Braun Strowman and the Fiend, like.
Yeah.
Like you literally fucking stack Daniel Bryan and Edge. Like, come on. You can absolutely win clean. Like he just doesn't.
You got to keep him heel somehow.
Yeah, I get it. And again, his excuse is, well, I've already proven I can win clean. Now I just want to win. I don't care.
Yeah.
You know I can do it. They know I can do it. So why do I have to prove shit to you? Acknowledge me. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see how that goes. Him telling The Rock to acknowledge him was some shit. I don't think The Rock cared for that.
No, I feel like that.
You could tell The Rock kind of looked at him like, motherfucker.
Like, are you serious, brother?
Oh, he was serious. Yeah. Storyline wise, he was serious.
This is some damn good storytelling. Wrestling wise.
Yeah.
Especially consider what we had to go through 5 years ago. So
have you seen Super Eye Patch Wolf's long-term storytelling in wrestling?
No, I haven't. I still have to check out his channel.
You have to check out.
Because you always talk about him.
You have got to check out John's channel. It's awesome stuff. Yeah, he's one of the. When you talk about, so I tell you, like Jay and OJ are like my favorite personal channels, right?
Right.
But when I talk about a video maker, like a video essayist, right?
Mm-hmm.
When I'm talking about that greatness on another level. Like, again, I have no super personal connection to John Eye Patch Wolf, but when I'm talking about, like, as a video maker, like the work and the amount of skill that goes into actual video making, that is the absolute head of the table of our sector. Like, it is crazy good. That video, I can't imagine. It's a reason why we only get an Eye Patch Wolf video every 4 to 5 months.
Yeah, those type of creators, their content is spread thin, but the work is there.
Oh, Crimson came in. Hey, Crimson, coming in kind of in the end of the game here. Thanks for coming in, buddy.
Crimson.
Glad you could make it. But yeah, we still got a little bit left in the tank, but not too much more. But I'm glad you were able to make it. And then Brooke says, when are you streaming again? So I'm going to be streaming the new Morrowind setup every day this week that I can. And if it's 30 minutes or if it's even, most are going to be hour, but I'm going to try to stream Morrowind once per day until I get the whole playthrough done. There won't be any more crashes, anything like that. I've got it all worked out because I got this new beast of a PC. It's why I was gone for so long. My PC died. And I had to basically get a brand new rig, basically, essentially what happened. And so, long story. Hey, there was no problem here to chill while working on another shitty video. Your videos aren't shitty. What are you talking about? No, your videos are goated. Don't say that.
Who said that?
Crimson.
Who said that? Come on, Crimson.
Crimson Rosso. Ain't no way. We ain't got.
Don't put your shit down, man.
We don't put up with that here. If anybody has the shitty videos, I have the shitty videos.
The freaking internet ghost.
Yeah, literally me talking over fucking screenshots. I don't do that anymore, but still, those were shitty videos. Those were not even videos. Yeah, listen to Upper Nimbus. 100%. Like, now, if you want to see a shitty video, I still have the old me talking over screenshot. I need to get. Oh, okay. Okay. See, I was interfering. I was stepping in on the grip. My bad. Oh, we love you, Crimson. When you coming out again? There's another one. Like, there's too many guests and there's not enough time. But because OJ's wanting to come on again at some point after the new financials, he specifically specified once financials come out, he wants to kind of talk shop because he wants to kind of compare notes on what I'm seeing versus what he saw. Because for some fucking reason, OJ thinks Mario Wonder did well. For some weird reason, we're gonna talk about
that game failed. That game failed.
Absolutely fucking failed. We're talking about 2D Mario. We're talking about
people already forgot about it. I feel like I haven't heard anybody talk about it since its release.
Yes, because that's the failure of 2D Mario. That is the failure. OJ from Player SEC. Yeah. OJ's going to be coming on. It'll be his third time on. Yeah, OJ's on for his third. We got to get you in on first, man. Honestly, I'm good sometime this week if you're interested. Fuck yeah, Crimson. Yeah. Let me know.
Fucking do it.
Yeah, fucking let me know. Pick a day, any day but Friday. I got Fedgy this Friday.
You got Fedgy coming up.
Fedgy's coming on Friday, so Friday's booked, but any other day. Yeah, it's gonna be a busy liquored up week. It seems like because we got people lining up.
Good, man. I need some content to keep me company while I'm driving.
Well, you're gonna get. It seems like you're gonna get it this week because fucking people won't let me retire.
You ain't retiring, bro.
They won't let me hang the fucking ghost costume up. Nobody will let me fucking retire.
No, sir. You ain't going anywhere.
100. Hey, I said at 150, I was done. I said that. But
but your subscribers and your fans on Liquored Up and Live and your friends are different.
I get it.
It's not.
I get it.
Correlation's a little different there.
It is, and so far it's manageable still. I'm good Thursday. I actually have some booze with me this time. Oh, cool. So you're out of the Kool-Aid Club. You don't feel bad, Kool-Aid peeps, though, because I was able to get my hands on some mango berry Kool-Aid from the 90s, Island Twist. And on a couple streams back, it was Inferno Fox's last stream with him. I drank mango berry Kool-Aid, undiluted, no booze, because that is a rare treat. Every once in a while, the packets pop up on eBay, and I fucking leap on it like a fat kid on a hamburger.
Sounds good right about now.
Dude, mango berry Kool-Aid was. Do you remember mango berry Kool-Aid, Cesar?
I never really drank Kool-Aid growing up.
Oh, you missed
Never really drank it that much.
You missed out on that. You missed out on that fucking powder diabetes. You totally missed out.
Do you remember the drinks that came in these little plastic bottles that they were shaped weird and they had funny faces on them? I think they were called Squishers or something like that. Squishers or something.
Oh my god!
They were clear, and then you would twist the top off.
Twisters or something like that. Yes, I do.
Oh man, I miss those. Suckers.
I remember those juices. I remember those fucking juices. 100%.
That's what I grew up with. That and Welch's. My mother used to get the frozen ones and mix it with water and put it in the fridge. And good times, good times. The '90s, baby, the fucking '90s.
I should be able to tune in for most of the streams. Yeah, but Nimbus, we got to get you on the show. So, and I know we're on a big time zone difference, but I'll work with you on that. So, basically, for my peeps in Australia, my peeps in Japan, or my peeps in Europe, what I do is we'll pick a weekend when you're free, and we will literally do Liquored Up live with your evening, and I'll work around it. So it'll be like midday for me, but we'll do it. I did that. I've done that before. Yeah, we'll do. Yeah, we'll get you on. You pick a weekend day, and we'll make it work on the weekend. 100%. And then got Crimson coming in on Thursday. Got Veggie on Friday. So
Damn,
yeah,
you're busy.
it's gonna be busy. And then like I said, OJ at some point once the next financials come out, like that specifically, and then Paul Gill Network is gonna come on when Cobra Kai finally drops. He wants to save our next
Oh,
discussion
yeah.
for we're huge Cobra Kai fans. So we're
Yeah,
gonna
I love
talk
that
some.
show.
Oh God, see, there's round 4 right there. Fuck, Cobra Kai's so fucking good.
It
Yeah.
is. Uh,
We don't. I wish I didn't have to work right now because we'd be bromancing about fucking Cobra Kai.
it's okay. It's okay.
Are you team Johnny or are you team too drunk? What team what team you on? Are you team blonde or are you team not blonde guy?
Between Johnny and Danny LaRusso?
Danny LaRusso, that's it. Okay, yeah, Danny LaRusso and Johnny Crease
Cobra
or no?
Kai made me a Johnny guy.
Yeah, dude, they really do. They really do delve into Johnny.
The show, it's his show. Let's face it.
It's an amazing show. God, it's so good.
And it's so well done. I'm looking forward to the next season. Even though
Dude,
Silver's out,
I know Silver was such a good villain.
I loved Silver in 3, and the fact that he's already out, it
And I love how they
sucks.
explain Silver in 3. Because Silver was ridiculous in 3. And then
Oh
they
yeah,
actually
over the
made
top.
Silver better. They actually made him better with his character because he's learned. He's absolutely learned from, but he still can't help his nature. That's what's amazing about Silver.
Right, you see him, he gets that itch one more time, and then
He's older and he's wiser, but he can't
he's
help
still the
himself.
same. I love that character,
No,
and
and I tell you,
like
I feel Silver. I feel him because my
I did too.
old
Yeah.
school background, Cesar, is blood sports, internet blood sports, and every once in a while you'll see it come out when I get a troll. You'll see it
They
come
suck
out.
you back in. Those
You'll see
sons of
it come.
bitches.
Yeah.
They
No,
they, they
you'll
made
see
me
it. Yeah.
put my hair in a ponytail, and then I fucking
Yeah.
sidekick a freaking wine bottle into the
Yes.
wall,
And then your
and then
wife
the
yells
freaking
at you, and you're
violins
like, "Oh,
play.
yeah." And then your wife yells at you, but you're like, "No, it's fine, honey."
Fine. Domination.
Fucking love that show. Okay.
My
Anyway,
favorite villain. Yeah.
so I have one last question for you, as always, Caesar.
Of course,
Caesar,
I had fun, Zoo.
did you
Of
have?
course, I had fun. Come on, 3 times.
All righty. So I think
100%.
I think at this point we're gonna wrap it up, but we will definitely looks like there's gonna be more Liquored Up live this week. You know, again, I say I'm gonna retire, and now all of a sudden there's 3 fucking shows in 1 week plus Morrowind streaming. So it's all kind of
Zoo, the cage is here. We ain't going nowhere. I got you
yeah.
for 3 minutes.
3 minutes of playtime. Yeah, I just.
You ain't going anywhere, Zoo. Sorry.
Yeah, but you know this leads nowhere good, right?
You'll be all right. We'll take care of you. Don't worry.
I appreciate that, but I'm just saying, in the end, I'm gonna disappoint people in the end, man.
Don't Terry Silver us now, okay?
Well, I'm not gonna Terry Silver. I have no. In fact, I'm the most unambitious motherfucker you'll ever see, and that's the thing. Like I understand
Silver.
power. Again, I'm an anarchist, Caesar. I understand power to the level where any kind, even the little bit of social clout, any little bit of that scares the fuck out of me, man. I don't want to be one of these asshole fucking piece of shit YouTubers that is stomping on fans and doing a bunch of nasty shit. And I don't want to.
Gerard with a G. Was it Gerard with a J?
Not just no. There's Gerard with a G, and then Gerard with a J, and then I said he lost his out, which was to blame his piece of shit evil twin Gerard with a G. That's what he should have done. Like that might have all been forgiven, but not just him. Like you saw H Bomber Guy's video about the plagiarism, right?
Yeah.
Fuck, dude. Like it's every single fucking YouTuber that gets any little bit of shit. They just turn into pieces of shit, man.
Or maybe they were always pieces of shit. Who knows? Ain't gonna be me though.
Yeah, Nakano Avocado. Well, it can't be you if you don't let yourself get beyond a tiny little pissant channel, which was the intent of the Dunbar's number and canceling myself at 150. That was the point. And then one day I look up and oh wow, I'm actually at 155. Why the fuck did that happen? And that puts me in a conundrum because I said I was done at 150. So it was fucking done. I was hanging up the ghost.
Keep fucking going, Zoo. See how far we can go.
See, I told Jay I would. I told fucking OJ I would. Like, fuck. I got reviews I got to write. I've already promised fucking Nish. I promised him a Xenoblade 2 review.
Keep going.
Yeah. And I enjoy it. I genuinely enjoy it, but
don't get cheap on me, Dawson.
So, all right.
Come on.
And Upper says, if any of us get big, we'll take you with us. But I like it down here, Nimbus. I like it down here.
There's comfort and familiarity.
Well, there's comfort and familiarity, and I can't be a piece of shit down here. I can't turn into a piece of shit down here. Like, power corrupts. All power corrupts, ultimately. Got to throw the ring in the fire, homie. Like I've done many times before. Like I've done many times before when a project I get gets decent sized. Got to throw that fucking ring in the fire. The only problem is this time I didn't do it. Should have done it at 150. I should have done it, man. I should have done it.
It's no turning back now, Zoo.
You'll all live to see
that.
You're all gonna see that in the end. That I should have done it. But fuck it.
Keep playing games, bro. Keep playing games.
Yeah. Keep playing games. Keep enjoying games. Keep talking to other people who love fucking games. Yeah. Oh, I'm way safer now. I'm still down in the fucking doldrums, and I want to stay. That's what I'm saying. And maybe my fears are all for nothing, and nothing ever happens, which would be awesome. But that's why the compromise I have is I'm gonna stop actually sharing the links to this shit, and people either catch them or they don't. But that'll kind of take the advertising away a little bit, and then it's all organic anyway. Like I don't know. I'm fucking weird, guys. I get weird about this shit just because, again, as an anarchist, I've studied power a lot. I've studied not just raw power, but social power and parasocial dynamics, and there's a lot of maybe I'm just being a bitch right now. I don't know.
Don't sweat it, Zoo. Just play some R-Type, man.
Yeah, just play. Yeah, just
that'll make you humble, like it did me.
Well, and just please remember, like everybody in the audience, whether you're content creators or whether you're fans who aren't content creators of me, I'm a fucking YouTuber. Just remember that. I'm just a fucking YouTuber. I'm just a guy who makes hobbyist videos on the internet like everybody else. There ain't none of us better than anybody else.
Exactly. We're all going to live on this planet the same. We're all going to die on this planet.
We all put our fucking pants on the same fucking way. Exactly. As long as we remember that, I guess there's some hope that I won't turn into a piece of shit. So, all right.
I have faith in you, Zoo.
You have more faith in me than I have. So, but what are friends for, right?
That's right.
So, all righty. Well, on that fucking sobering note, so I think we're gonna go ahead and wrap it up. Thank you again, guys, for coming out. I love you all so much. Great time. Every time I do this, I have a great fucking time.
Yeah, I never go this long in conversations.
I don't know. We might have a record. We might not. I'll have to check. You're close. You're close to a record. I think the record is one of the ones with a multi-stream though. Those last fucking forever. I think
Oh
one of
yeah, when
those
you got
went
multiple
almost
people.
4 hours
Yeah.
or more, or maybe 4 hours. So I think a lot of those last a while. So see everybody later. Yeah, bye, Brooke. I appreciate you coming out this long and listening to a fucking old man rant this fucking long.
Two old men at this point.
2 old men. Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, a little bit more gray than you, but yeah, you're getting up there too. You're getting in your 30s. How old are you again?
I'm 34 already.
You haven't even crossed the 35 Rubicon yet.
This year I will. I'll hit 35 this year.
35. What month? If you don't mind me asking, you don't have to.
November.
November.
November 21st.
You're a November
1989.
birthday too. I am too.
Fuck yeah. Where do you think I got the name Scorpio from, bro?
Makes sense. Me, I am also a Scorpio. November. Yep, November 2nd.
My Scorpio brother. Oh, bring it in, baby. Bring it
My
in.
Scorpio bro. Yep. All righty.
Sure, sounds cool.
Well, and Upper Nimbus. So November gang is here. November gang is here. And Brooke, you're 33. Okay. I'm a water Scorpio. Upper Nimbus. Brooke is 33. Fuck yeah, man.
Fuck yeah.
Fucking
I'm about to
over
start
30
calling you.
gang. November gang.
About calling you all Scorpionox, man. Like
Scorpio.
shit.
Yeah.
I
Fuck.
got my Scorpionox crew, man.
We're the score. We're the. Well, no, I was going to say Scorpion Squad, but no, that doesn't work. That doesn't work. That translates to SS. We don't want that. Oh no. Yeah, no.
Scorpionox is fine.
Scorpionox is fine. Yeah, we don't need that fucking bullshit. So, all righty.
Right. Thank you, everybody,
Let's
for
do
tuning in.
Scorpio collab. Yeah, Scorpio collab would be awesome. Yeah. Like,
yeah, let's go.
There's all kinds of games that use scorpions. Final Fantasy VII uses a scorpion boss.
Deadly Creatures on the Wii.
Yeah, scorpions in gaming. Famous scorpions in gaming.
Super Star Wars.
Super Star Wars. Yes.
Brought you back there.
Absolutely. All righty. Well, we're going to go ahead and... Okay, so last time for real, though, we're going to go ahead and wrap up. So, love y'all. Time to... I absolutely love and adore y'all, but you guys got to get the fuck out of here. Love you. See you guys later.
Peace out, everyone.
Mandy, good night. See everybody later.